can't stand, don't reach for the dial. Just press this big red button and bam!
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
You think you can fix his chair for him? Well, good morning. And it's Thursday morning, and a little rain earlier on, depending on, again, I got to be careful because I'll get 9 messages saying, what are you talking about? It didn't rain here. Some of these things are a little on the isolated side.
Yeah, there's a wind advisory too, I guess.
I saw, but
happened. What was that?
Is the wind advisory for here?
I don't know.
I'm going to look. I know there was a wind advisory for like Monroe County or somewhere. Let's bring it up and just see. Because there's nothing worse than, okay, there is a wind advisory until 8 p.m. tonight.
Northern Oneida County.
In Northern Oneida County. Yeah. Let's see. National, it's for here too. Madison, Northern Oneida. No, you're right. No, Southern Oneida too.
Oh, good.
So 4 a.m. until 6 p.m. today. Impacts gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects, so beware.
Hang on, Bill.
Winds up to 5,000 miles an hour.
This has been a crappy summer.
It has been awful. 45 to 50 miles an hour, mile-an-hour winds today is what they're saying. Otherwise, we have a chance of thunderstorms on top of that today. But in the midst of all of that, I got to tell you, we'll be looking at sunshine in and out. The winds will be heaviest, strongest between 3 and 5 p.m. today, they say, with thunderstorms coming most likely either possibly this morning, but most likely later on in the early evening hours. So just be aware of all of that. Manaski is off today, and Tim Reed is in. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
We have the Knicks, by the way, have their celebration today. We'll talk to Tanya Powers about that. Their ticker tape parade through New York City.
Hopefully they won't burn their cars and things. Or whatever.
The Cavern of Champions. Well, I hope not. And that would be just stupid and terrible. We'll talk to Joel Barkin, Vice President of Strategic Communications with the Turning Stone and the United Nation. We were going to speak with him yesterday, and something came up, but here we are today. The new opening of their new hotel and the new restaurant. Pretty excited about the restaurant. It's a seafood restaurant with a lot of stuff that we normally don't get here in a seafood situation. Okay?
Yes.
Hobica's Free Money question of the day is today. Stuart Amarelli is a 21st Congressional District Democratic candidate. First time we've had him on. He's the one taking on Jen DeBean. We'll be introduced to him for the first time here. That's the Democratic primary. He is a restaurateur in Lake Placid, where everything is budget inexpensive.
Correct.
If you've been to Lake Placid, you know I'm being facetious.
Yeah.
Farmer Ben is in later on today. June is Dairy Month. There's more going on with what's happening out at Chobani and bringing in employees, et cetera, et cetera. We'll hear more on that big, unbelievable victory in Ilion, where a write-in candidate actually won the race for mayor. That's a pretty big deal. Although it did happen in Buffalo, which is a full...
Was that the mayor for Buffalo?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
I think he lost the primary and then did a write-in campaign and won the race. Yeah. So, but that takes a lot of money. I'm not sure that Dave Morgan spent a lot of money on this race. It was very much a ground game.
Social media,
ground game, and the threat of something that people didn't want, and that's a data center.
Yeah.
Which I got to tell you, I've been asking around. The question is, this is being done through in Alien. And if you want to talk about it, 315-736-0186. This is being done through the IDA in Herkimer County. And then the legislature gave the IDA the opportunity to invest money in this company and to assist them in getting things ready for what we're believing now might be a data center. So the question is going to be, will the village people or anybody at the YMCA be able to stop this from happening?
right?
And I'm not quite sure that it can. I'm not quite sure. Will these are questions we have to really dig in deep. One thing is for tax incentives and that sort of thing in the village. Obviously, the village would have to approve that,
Right.
and I can't imagine that happening. But on the other hand, you have the county saying this is formerly a major employer in the county, and we need to do something, and we're going to do something.
So
And I wonder if this possible data center can be stopped.
I guess my question is that it feels like in New York State we're heavily constrained with energy as it is.
Yeah.
And I know that they have municipal power down there, whatever it is. I guess what is and I don't know how much power that I'm assuming that
I think
Remington used a lot, but
they need water as well, and supposedly they're on their own water supply.
Yeah.
I don't know, but these data centers do take up a lot of electricity
and a lot
of water.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, so does a plant that has 3,000 employees. Right? Back when Remington was in its heyday, they had 3,500 workers there. And the thing was running around the clock. So, however, things were much different back then. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Well, and
and the other part of this, you got to put it somewhere, right? Just not in my backyard.
Well, the other thing is that, we're looking at now Rome's having problems with the boil water order. It seems like the Valley has had continual problems. What's going to happen when you put an incredible strain on the system in regards to now with all this water or whatever? I mean, we're dealing with systems that are 150 years old.
Especially down there, some of the water lines in Ilion are made of
wood.
Yeah.
Actually, they say the wood's good because it's petrified and it holds up.
Wood is good. The old saying, wood is good.
Wood is good.
And it's certainly not lead, which is helpful. Already, WIBX golf PJs in the Hamptons today. This weekend. Hello, Tim and Mr. Keeler calling me Mr. Wow.
He's setting you up.
What's the sewer work on Upper Genesee Street? Is something broken? And Remington had to use a ton of electricity back in its day and water, and I completely would agree with that. So, interesting. We'll talk to Tanya Powers, as I said, coming up in a few minutes. One of the statements that is, I cannot believe. I'm wondering how we walk this back and how we put lipstick on this pig. President Trump, when pressured by the Wall Street Journal, a liberal news outlet, sarcasm. President Trump, when asked by the Wall Street Journal about to defend this current Iranian deal, defended it by saying, it's Stefan Rabitsky. He's Banansky's replacement, not you, after all, Tim.
Traded up.
I avoided a financial catastrophe.
Yeah.
So that's basically saying to the Iranians, you were right. We as America we could not handle the pressures, the economic pressures that would come with this war. And therefore, we had to punt. And it's basically saying this isn't a deal that was made because of the nuclear weapons. It's not a deal because of the threat that Iran has posed. It's a deal we had to cut because of financial reasons. this is going to be the statement that hangs with him through this whole thing. He basically handed a gift to Democrats and the Republicans that were against going in the first place. Right. I just without getting into the whole thing, just mark my words, that is not something. And he gave a gift to Iran to be able to say, and I almost feel like Iran to be stronger in negotiations. Remember, this deal is not officially signed. And Iran keeps saying, and who knows who's responding for Iran, because we did obliterate them and right. Destroy cities and destroy their military, but not so much. And you know that Putin is feeding, and North Korea are feeding weaponry into Iran. I mean, the longer this thing goes on, the more damaging it is to the United States. And do you think if we can see it, that Vladimir Putin can't see it, or China can't see it?
I guess he also defended that they can have ballistic missiles because everyone else in the neighborhood has them.
That's the other part of this. You're told they will not be able to have, basically not be able to have a military. We're going to take them out. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the nuclear is not solved. The uranium is not solved. We're going to negotiate that. We're removing the blockade from the Strait of Hormuz, and what have we gained that we didn't have before this all started?
And we're unfreezing the money that
we're unfreezing the billions of dollars that President Trump so vehemently criticized. You remember, it was a plane. They brought in a plane, and on the plane were stacks of $100 bills. And we just gave it. They just gave it to the Iranians. And
your voice sounded like the little person on Love Island. There,
it's tattoo. It's combination of tattoo, Casey Kasem, and with hopes of being Donald Trump. Yeah. So I just this is, and I'm not going to belabor the point today, but this is the one thing. Why didn't you just lie? Don't tell the truth. Don't tell the truth on this. That we basically we were staring each other down, and we're the ones who blinked. Don't say that. Well, but we did.
I mean, the details of the deal are going to come out. I guess perhaps he's setting the table. I guess I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. Anyway, we'll break, and Davey, you're doing good. I don't know if you saw, but the Mets won yesterday. Yeah, I know that would very much excite you. The New York Mets their bats came alive.
Yeah, but the Yankees also won too.
The Yankees. Well, we really don't care about what the Yankees do. We just expect they're going to win.
I do.
I know you do. Yeah.
Does anyone else care about the Yankees besides me?
Nope, nobody else. Quick break, and we'll come back. I got a bunch of stuff to get into today, and we're heading into Father's Day weekend.
Yes.
Do you have family coming home?
No, I had.
You've been with family, right, or with people?
I've been with people. I had.
Remember during
yes,
COVID,
bipeds.
If COVID, you said that, it'd be like, okay, well, we're going to have you leave.
Exactly. 14 days isolation.
Yeah.
No, I was with my youngest son was in town for a bit. I'm not going to see anyone this weekend. I am going to 4th of July, though. I'm going to be in Boston, which will be kind of exciting.
Oh, that's cool. For 4th of July.
4th of July.
A great place to be.
Exactly.
Pretty cool. All right, quick break, and listen, the whole Father's Day thing is just a date.
Oh, it is so. Compare it to Mother's Day. They just threw us a bone.
It's just a date. Where if this was Mother's Day, it would be like this only happens.
Mother's Month.
This happens on one day, but continues through the entire month.
Absolutely.
641 at WIBX.
Around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation. It's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend, or maybe maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor, call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
I'm Robert Smullen, Marine Colonel, 3 tours in Afghanistan, and the conservative and Republican candidate for Congress. I've spent my life serving America. My opponent? A lifelong Democrat. He attacks police, mocked the disabled, hired sex offenders, and now he's spending millions lying about me because he can't defend his own record. The truth is simple. I'm a patriot who served our country. In Congress, I'll be a patriot who serves you.
I'm Robert Smullen, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Robert Smullen for Congress.
Wind advisory in effect for us here today. Cloudy and windy with scattered showers and even storms. Middle to upper 70s this afternoon. Showers taper off here tonight. Temperatures drop down into the middle to upper part of the 50s. Clouds break up, give way to sunshine Friday. High temperatures tomorrow, mid part of the 70s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I don't want to say anything, but what are all those containers out there for? They've been dropped off in case people want to put their belongings in containers?
I don't know. I saw them this morning. I wonder if they're for the world's largest yard sale.
Oh, okay. Well, they're going to be thrown out. Tim and I will take half each.
Yeah, there's quite a few nice ones.
The news we broke yesterday here, of course, the write-in candidate David Morgan winning the mayor's race.
Murray.
David Murray. Sorry about that, David Morgan. David Murray winning the mayor's race yesterday with a write-in campaign. Beating the incumbent mayor, John Stevens. I mean, that is just, for Ilion, it's historic. I don't know. When is the last time, other than that story we talk about in Buffalo, when's the last time we actually saw a candidate win with a write-in campaign, defeating the incumbent? Anyway,
and Herkimer will have a new mayor, former chief.
Herkimer, we had that story, broke that story as well. Former police chief Jory has been named the new mayor, and those were in all cases they were pretty close votes. Rome and West Canada Valley also passing their school budget, and thankfully that happened quickly. On the numbers in Herkimer, the breakdown, Mark Ainsworth. So the winner was Jory. Former police chief Michael J. Jory is now the mayor of Herkimer, 395 votes, which he will succeed Mayor Dana Sherry, who did not seek another term. Mark Ainsworth finished with 212 votes. Dominic Scalise with 193. Another former mayor, Mark Nettie, received 70 votes, while write-in candidate David Lowell received 4 votes. So there was a write-in campaign going on in Herkimer as well. Over on the other side, in this very unique case in the village of Ilion, where the write-in candidate, actually there were a few write-in candidates, but the write-in candidate for mayor actually won, David Murray, by almost a 2-to-1 margin. So it tells you this whole story about the data center coming to the village of Ilion really played a big role in that race. We mentioned today the New York Knicks will be celebrating. You are I guess you're wearing is that a Mets hat? Yeah, I thought it was. You're also a big Knicks fan, and you've been for a long time.
Yes, I have, but I'm going to watch it on TV, MSG, or SNY. I'm going to wait till one day when the Mets win a World Series, or if the Yankees win a World Series,
to go to New York.
To go to a parade.
Okay, so you're skipping the parade, but you're going to watch it.
Yes.
Okay, we'll find out where it's going to be. You know, it'll be on probably PIX or something like that today, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
I see channel? It's on SNY and maybe MSG that carries the Knicks.
Got it. And then because of the World Cup tomorrow, the Mets are taking the day off. So the Mets have a rare Friday game off. They'll play today, Saturday, and Sunday against the Phillies. Interesting. Tanya J. Power standing by from Fox News Radio. Tanya, good morning. It is a big day. A big day. I'm sorry. So I guess when I have it potted down, you can't hear me. Is that?
No, I couldn't hear you until just a second ago.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad we can learn about this system that I'm using together today.
Yes.
All right. Well, that tells me a lot. Today is a big day in the Big Apple with the parade down the Canyon of Heroes.
Yes.
I thought I'd be dramatic with it. The Canyon of Heroes. And it is spectacular, right? This is such a great day.
It actually is going to be quite huge. If we can get this rain to kind of stop drizzling, that would be great. It doesn't seem to be stopping anybody from going. There were people that were, waiting on the spot last night. Everybody's been talking about how big this parade is going to be, and I think the estimates are probably going to be correct, even if we don't have great weather.
Yeah.
Because they've waited a long time for this. Diehard Knicks fans who have waited their whole lives for this moment. Even older Knicks fans, because there's never been a ticker tape parade for the Knicks, even though they've won 2 other championships back in the 70s. At the time, the mayor was like, let's dial back the parades.
Yeah.
And they did like a ceremony at City Hall for one, and, another one for something. But they've never had a ticker tape parade for the hometown NBA team. So this is going to be even more, well attended than it already would have been.
Yeah, this is. I do agree. It's going to be enormous. And listen, we were going over the other day. What song? I can't remember what song was number one on the Billboard charts
in 1973
when the Knicks won. It was. Does anybody remember what it was? Davey does. The song was
"Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old."
Tony Orlando and Tom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
So now they're tying orange ribbons around the old oak tree for the Knicks.
Orange and blue everywhere. Starbucks even sent me a push notification this morning that said, "We have an orange and blue drink. Celebrate!"
Wow.
I was like, "Are you kidding?" And
bad water.
It's here in the city. That's what they're doing. So everybody has their Knicks stuff on the train this morning. I got a text from a coworker of mine who was coming in from New Jersey this morning on New Jersey Transit, and he was like, "It is a sea of blue and orange in here. Everybody is just like it's a party vibe.
Yeah,
everybody is excited. They were coming in from Jersey. It's gonna be so packed.
And I hate to say, but if you if you have the opportunity, you're making it a 5-day weekend because tomorrow is a holiday in Juneteenth. So a lot of people will have that day off. So this is the perfect day to take and the perfect excuse to use to take it. Okay, the other big question, Tanya, is will it remain calm? Will it remain orderly? And that seems to be, with these celebrations, the question of the day.
Yeah, the NYPD has already said, and so has the mayor, none of these shenanigans will be tolerated. They will shut that down pretty quickly. And the reason that, that is the reason that the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, spoke about this a couple of days ago, and she said that they do expect, several million people, at least a few million people, to be at this thing. They are deploying 10,000 New York City police officers to, to cover this, basically. And this is, according to what we learned from the NYPD, this is the largest deployment of police officers for a planned event in city history.
Wow. That's pretty big. That means they're not going to be screwing around. Well, and you would hope that the number of officers would prohibit people from being stupid. That's the hope.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of attention has been obviously paid to the thing the other night where the guy, bashed in the cabbie's, cab and scared the poor guy. And after a couple of days, everybody was like, wait, that guy's from Florida? Because, yes, he apparently was a Floridian, not a New Yorker.
Interesting.
It doesn't make it any better.
Right.
But I was just kind of like, oh, wow, okay, that was interesting news. The cab driver. There have been so many people who have said, that they're supporting him. I mean, there's the poor guy was obviously very upset, and that was an act of violence he was in the middle of. So we're all hoping he's okay.
All right. Well, fingers crossed. And what time is the parade, by the way? And do you know how it will be broadcast on TV in New York City?
It's at 10, and I think the local stations are carrying it, but I believe it is streaming on Peacock as well.
Okay.
I think I think the thing I read on that said that they're going to put it on Peacock to stream, so you might be able to watch it on that.
And I would bet
or like on websites.
There'll definitely be a feed on YouTube, not YouTube TV, but YouTube, so you'll be able to check that out. Okay, Tanya, good stuff, and enjoy the big Knicks Day in New York City.
Absolutely. I'm headed down to the parade route shortly.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be hearing from you through the day. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News Radio. I do have some media news if you'd like. Do you want to hear a little media news? SUNY Poly will host a conversation with Ryan Nobles this fall, something we do every Wednesday.
Yes.
And you might have heard earlier this morning, Nobles is the chief Capitol Hill correspondent for NBC News, who began his career at KTV. The event entitled From Utica to the Nation, Conversation with Ryan Nobles, NBC News Chief Capitol Correspondent. It takes place October 3rd at 6:30 p.m. Tickets will be available starting at noon on September 2nd. So quite a ways away for the tickets, but pretty cool that Ryan is coming in to talk.
I thought his interview with the algae was scintillating.
Yes, it was. And I gotta say though, that green is what it is.
It is.
Can I say
green.
I would like to give the name to it, and you tell me if I'm wrong. But it is antifreeze green.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it has almost a fluorescent look like antifreeze. So, oh boy, this is pretty green. And here, this time of year, everything moves very, very quickly. School gets done quickly, right? All of a sudden, it's Father's Day. School gets done quickly, and then before you know it, it's 4th of July weekend. Yes. So, and a big time for people to take vacations and that sort of thing, and that's all probably happening as we speak right now. Let's see a few things here. Do you want to know the Travis Kelce story? There's a Travis Kelce story out
great.
there. He says he once met Jimmy Buffett at a music festival and mistook him for another, much richer Buffett. He thought it was Warren Buffett. He was drunk.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get into that story. How about these glasses people are now wearing? Are they the Google or
recording glasses?
They have cameras, really good high definition cameras, and there's really nothing that shows that they're recording.
Wasn't there supposed to be like a little light
on them
or something
to
warn you?
I think you're getting people that are putting a little something over it.
Tape over it?
So there's actually somebody that keeps posting on TikTok and YouTube all over here who every time there's a police altercation of any sort,
they're there?
They are there, and they're just kind of, you can tell because they're looking around, and as their head moves, so do the glasses. It's becoming a real thing where unfortunately people don't know that they're being recorded. Snap is launching Specs glasses, and the CEO, Evan Spiegel, looks pretty ridiculous in these glasses. Not only have stocks been plummeting ever since they came out, but the price is, I don't know if you've seen these, the price is crazy as well. Here's some audio.
These cost $2,200. Who is going to be buying these for things other than playing games?
Well, I think the most important way to think about specs is as a computer. And so they're comparably priced to other high-end computers or high-end laptops. And so whether it's early adopters or the developer community, I mean, there are more than 450,000 developers using Snap's AR tools. So there's already a group of people who are so passionate about this vision of bringing computing into the world with augmented reality.
Brain computing into the world with augmented reality.
Yeah.
Costs you $2,500. Today is National Dump the Pump Day, which is the dumbest day of all. Like if I'm telling you I am going to, I spend money with you every day, but I have decided on Thursday I'm not spending money with you. But what I would have spent Thursday and what I would have spent Friday will be spent on Friday. At the end of the week, your loss is zero.
Right.
What are we accomplishing? What are we accomplishing?
So what do we? Is it the gas pump?
It's an annual. It's an annual. I guess you stop buying gasoline. An annual day where you show the oil companies who's in charge.
Well,
so take that for what it is.
That's good.
Again, another ridiculous protest, in my opinion. Today's also, this is for Wayne, National Go Fishing Day.
Oh.
So there you go. And, of course, that's kind of tied to Father's Day. One of the Tim and I have this thing where every time a notable musician of the rock and roll world dies, he and I end up connecting somehow.
Yes.
Or something terrible happens. We're in a meeting together or what have you. Anyway, one of the founding members of, is it Walter Parazater? Do I say that right?
Walter Par.
I see it, Davey. I see it. Stop giving me the finger, man. From Chicago died, the band Chicago. All right, a quick break. Hold on tight here. Davey said we have to break.
Hurt in a car, call William Attar, 315-444-4444.
Did you know your most treasured rugs can look new again? At ABC Chem Dry, we specialize in premium area rug cleaning. From treasured family heirlooms to fine rugs from around the world, our trained specialists use a careful 5-step process inspecting, dusting, cleaning, drying, grooming, and protecting, so your rug always gets the expert care it deserves. Don't wait. Call ABC Chem Dry today at 315-738-1111 to schedule a drop-off or pickup.
You wouldn't drive a car without suspension, so why mow without it? Ferris Commercial Mowers set the bar as the first and only manufacturer to integrate suspension into their mowers, allowing you to go faster, cut better, and not get beat up. Whether you're a professional cutter or a homeowner that wants to mow like a pro, Ferris is there with the commercial-grade mowers to keep you going strong. Visit the Caledonia family today at Clinton Tractor to sell.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica.
From the WB Paint Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
They signed it separately and digitally. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. And Iran's president just posted on X after agreeing to end the conflict with the U.S. Peace will be realized in the shadow of mutual respect, though President Trump says
it's a memorandum of understanding. If it doesn't get done in 60 days, that's all right. We go back to bombing. I don't want to do that because it's so good. But we might have to.
The president signed it at the end of the G7 summit in France, saying he wanted to avoid an economic catastrophe, opening the Strait of Hormuz to oil and other shipping and lifting the U.S. blockade of Iran's ports. But as Fox's Trey Yingst reports, talks continue.
It is opening up these more detailed negotiations as it relates to Iran's nuclear program. And U.S. officials have indicated that the missile program and the support of regional proxies is something that will be discussed during this time as well. Certainly, there are Gulf countries that are concerned also, because they saw the incoming Iranian fire during Operation Epic Fury. But again, this is a ceasefire extension. This is not the broad peace deal that the United States is looking for with Iran.
Iran also gets sanctions relief and access to unfrozen assets and a reconstruction fund. Some Republicans in Congress are critical. Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer posted on X, we're worse off than before the war started. Oil prices are falling more than 1%. Gas is down again. AAA's national average for regular now $3.99 a gallon. That is 57 10 cents less than the peak of the price surge last month. Still about $1 more than before the Iran conflict started. There's a NATO meeting in Brussels. War Secretary Pete Hegseth is there.
It needs to go back to a real hardline military alliance.
Referred to by Secretary Hegseth as NATO 3.0, capable of deterring any threat. He's promising to be candid about what the United States expects allies to do to make that happen. The Trump administration wants to be less involved in defending Europe. Last year, at a summit of NATO leaders, most members promised to spend more on defense.
That's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hand.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
3 plane crashes in 3 days are being investigated. 12 died when a flight full of skydivers went down in Butler, Missouri Sunday. 1 died Tuesday night in Texas after a small plane tried to make an emergency landing on a highway in Laredo. 5 survived when people got out of their cars and helped rescuers get them from the burning plane. Nobody, though, survived what happened in California.
Officials at Edwards Air Force Base say the 8 men killed when a B-52 bomber crashed Monday were dedicated professionals, beloved family members, and irreplaceable teammates. Identifying the victims as 53-year-old Colonel Gregory Watson, 50-year-old retired Lieutenant Colonel Miles Middleton, 40-year-old Lieutenant Colonel Gabriel Estrella, 34-year-old Major Alexander Davis, 40-year-old Major Robert D., 35-year-old Major Brad Hovey, 32-year-old Jeremy Smith, and 41-year-old Christopher Reicher. The group is taking part in a routine test mission as part of a radar modernization program. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
On Wall Street, the day after the Federal Reserve decided to leave interest rates unchanged, stock futures are rising following a sell-off when the Dow dropped 507 points from its record high. Golf's third major tournament of the year just got underway about a half hour ago in New York, and in about a half hour from now, a former champion tees off, hoping he's healthy enough.
8 years since Brooks Koepka won his second straight U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills. He's back on Eastern Long Island to compete in the 126th U.S. Open. Koepka hopeful his body will hold up. This past Sunday, he withdrew from the Canadian Open because of nerve issues and admitted his grip on his clubs is not fully normal yet.
I think it's just the ulnar nerve.
Koepka's odds to win the U.S. Open, 45-1 at the FanDuel Sportsbook, where the favorite is world number 1 ranked Scottie Scheffler, who's playing with defending U.S. Open champ J.J. Spawn. Odds on Scheffler to win between 5 and 6-1, followed by Rory McIlroy, then John Rahm, Xander Schauffele, Jared Max, Fox News.
At Soccer's World Cup, Colombia and England and Ghana won opening matches. Portugal and Congo tied. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
This is an America 250 Minute brought to you by Oneida County America 250 Commission. I'm Leslie Rainey, Regent of Oneida Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution.
And I'm Alexis Albright, historian for Oneida County and the village of Oriskany.
Arthur Middleton, another signer of the Declaration of Independence, was born on June 26, 1742 in South Carolina into a wealthy and politically active family. He was educated in England, attending prestigious institutions such as Harrow School and Trinity Hall, Cambridge, where he developed a strong foundation in classical literature and law. Middleton's political career began in earnest when he returned to South Carolina, where he became involved in the growing revolutionary sentiment against British rule. He was elected to the Second Continental Congress in 1776, succeeding his father, Henry Middleton, who also had been a significant political figure. He married Mary Izard, with whom he had 9 children, eventually settling at Middleton Place, a plantation 15 miles northwest of Charleston. Arthur was known for his radical views and was a member of the Council of Safety, which was crucial in organizing the colony's defense during the Revolutionary War. Arthur signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, at the age of 34. During the Revolutionary War, Middleton served in the defense of Charleston, but was captured by British forces in 1780. He was imprisoned until 1781 when he was exchanged for British prisoners. After the war, he continued to be politically active in politics until his death on January 1st, 1878, at the age of 45. Arthur Middleton, South Carolina.
And we want you to love the history where you live.
Fox Sports Update. The FIFA World Cup.
That's the clincher! That is the goal! And Colombia are partying like it's 2014 all over again!
2014, Colombia made it to the World Cup quarterfinals. Last night on FS1, Colombia scored in the 99th minute to seal a 3-1 victory over Uzbekistan. Ghana shut out Panama 1-0. England got a goal from Harry Kane in a 4-2 win over Croatia. Portugal played a 1-1 draw with the Democratic Republic of Congo. First round of group stage play complete. Second round begins today. First game 12 noon Eastern time in Atlanta. South Africa and Czechia each try for their first win. Same for Switzerland and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Canada takes on Qatar. Two teams who won their openers, Mexico and South Korea, face off tonight in Guadalajara. All four of today's matches on Fox Network TV. I'm Jared Max.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
Wind advisory in effect for us here today. Cloudy and windy with scattered showers and even storms. Middle to upper 70s this afternoon. Showers taper off here tonight. Temperatures drop down into the middle to upper part of the 50s. Clouds break up, give way to sunshine Friday. High temperatures tomorrow, mid part of the 70s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Well, they say those winds will be something today to keep an eye on. So if you have like an umbrella in your backyard or something, you might want to secure it. Who knows what could happen. Okay, currently, I don't have the... Let me get the temperature. Hold on. 315 797?
Yes.
797 6111. Okay, here we go.
All circuits are busy now. Please try your call again later.
Do you know that the 797 6111 has been shut down? It happened about a year ago. Very sad.
It is.
Let's all have a moment.
Incredibly sad.
A moment of silence.
Golden time.
Golden time is 7:09. Temperature 65 is where we're at currently. Currently 65 degrees. Coming up, we'll get the latest on Joel Barkan and the Oneida Nation, the opening of the new hotel and the new restaurant. Hobika's free money question this morning. Davey, what are we looking at here this morning? How much money are we putting in the potential pot?
$365.
Ooh, I love that, Davey.
Every day of the year.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Before we break, though, I do want to bring in Ann in Rome, and we have followed Ann through her journey here. And Tim and I both hits home. It's every family home very closely when it comes to cancer. And Ann has not held back at all. She has shared her information, and each day that she has another exam or a test or a treatment. And Ann is on the line here right now. Ann, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for all your support and prayers. I appreciate it. I had a setback yesterday. I have a lymph node that the tumor that got bigger. I did have some that got smaller.
Yeah.
And one got bigger. I'm having a biopsy on that next Thursday, and it has spread to the lymph nodes. Not sure if it's a new cancer, if it's an old cancer, but hopefully, whatever it is, they're going to treat it, and I'm going to beat it.
You're going to beat it. Do they remove those lymph nodes when that happens? Yeah, they can remove them.
When I had it the first time 32 years ago, I had 10 out of 18 that were malignant. And they took those out. Right now, it's a matter of things have changed so much and
I know.
Gotten better
Yep.
that they actually said yesterday that not sure. They may just be able to hit it with the chemo, and if that could help it, but they're not sure until they know what they're dealing with.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. I told you yesterday. It's not easy, but you're going to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole thing blows, though, doesn't it? It's like just such a, and you wonder why one person gets something and another person doesn't, and it's all messed up. And then you see a child that gets it, and that's always what drives me. Although I have been I have been very, very lucky. And Tim, you have as well. That it's not easy, I'm driven by when I see a child. I'm like, if that kid can get through this, then I can stop being a baby and get through it. By no means am I saying you are being a baby, and you are brave and strong.
Got a fighting spirit, that woman.
You'll be kicking the cancer's ass.
And I'll be doing it so that I can drive you crazy for many more years.
You will.
Yeah.
You will. You will. You just keep fighting this, and you're also in really good hands. I know you love the people that are part of your treatment.
Oh, they're fantastic, and it's the doctor that I go to in the group. I mean, they're just they're supportive. They're like my own family. You know, they really are. And I have to say, this doctor doesn't say, well, we'll check it in another month. It's there. We're going to look at it.
Yeah.
We're going to see what it is, and we're going to attack it.
Yeah.
There's no gray areas.
Now, I know this is the other part. I've already scheduled you to introduce Jimmy next spring. So we're going to wait until spring to bring him back. My
friends were just asking me about that the other day.
Yeah, we need he had said, we can't do this summer because we just had him up here. And he said, listen, I know it gets cold in New York City, but you guys are something special up there when it comes to cold. So how about if we do it when the weather is a little nicer? So we're thinking like maybe a May date coming up next year. So, but
I'll be there and right in the front row. I'm looking forward to those front row seats.
You'll be on stage doing the introduction. So
I love it.
All right.
Tell the doctor. So you got to be around.
And the other part of this, Ann, is I got to tell you that by talking about it, and I understand it because it can be therapy just talking about it. Otherwise, you're sitting there and it's just weighing on your mind.
Right.
But by talking about it, you're helping. There are other people out there that are going through stuff right now, and your fight helps them. So I hope you know that.
Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate all the support and prayers I get from the group out there. Thank you, everybody. On my way to church.
All right. Well,
thank you.
Listen, Ann, pray for us. For God's sakes, we're a mess here.
Bill,
we're
you
a
are
mess.
on the top of my list when I say my daily prayers for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
You do the same.
Bye.
Ann from Rome, and that is tough news.
Yeah.
I spoke with Ann yesterday, and a good opportunity. We have a Father's Day commercial that is running out there, and the message is pretty clear.
Right.
Be around for next Father's Day. Get screened.
Exactly.
And
these are not hard things.
Yeah, and you catch it early. I just cannot say enough of what catching it early can do. It may mean the difference. Catching it early may mean the difference of a small treatment, just or to remove it in a quick surgery, versus having it metastasize and grow further through the body.
Yep.
So, get tested. Real men get tested for cancer.
Absolutely.
Isn't that right, Stefan?
That is right.
Yeah. Stefan is in studio this morning. Davey's just shaking his head. Another, by the way, cancer survivor in the booth. Our man Davey. Quick break coming up. What is happening next? And when do they open? When does the hotel open? When does the restaurant open? What's going to be on the menu? Et cetera, et cetera. These are all questions I have when it comes to the Turning Stones' big grand opening of their new hotel and new restaurant. Joel Barkin coming up at WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
I'm Robert Smullen, Marine Colonel, 3 tours in Afghanistan, and the conservative and Republican candidate for Congress. I've spent my life serving America. My opponent? A lifelong Democrat. He attacks police, mocked the disabled, hired sex offenders, and now he's spending millions lying about me because he can't defend his own record. The truth is simple. I'm a patriot who served our country. In Congress, I'll be a patriot who serves you.
I'm Robert Smullen, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Robert Smullen for Congress.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
Albany is broke, and Dan Fusco knows it. Highest energy costs, highest taxes, highest healthcare costs. These issues affect you and your families, and Dan knows it. With 50 years of private business experience, Dan is determined to fix Albany. Vote for someone who has long-term solutions, who will listen and work for you. Vote Dan Fusco on June 23rd.
Paid for by Friends of Dan Fusco.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. You can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. France is currently trading at over 16% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $590 if they win soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code TURF to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Start your Sunday with a smarter take on the week that was and the week ahead. It's This Weekend with Gordon Deal, bringing you news analysis, fresh perspectives, and stories that matter most. From business and politics to lifestyle and culture, Gordon Deal keeps you informed and ready for the days ahead. Tune in Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. This Weekend with Gordon Deal, your weekend informed. That's Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Keeler in the morning, Keeler in the morning.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay, in studio this morning, Jeff is out, and Tim Reed is in. Tim couldn't handle it himself, so we called Stefan. Stefan Rubitsky is in, and Davey, and here we are. Let's see. Early voting continues today, by the way.
Well, I'm always here.
You are, Davey. You're
even on my days off. I come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mental illness.
Someone's got to keep this ship on the right course, and then the train tracks.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Davey. A little bit of behind the scenes, just a little. So Davey will be like, they'll come in and be like, "We need you to, we need you to stay because there's a remote broadcast or something." So you gotta,
which is happening next Friday.
You're gonna have it next Friday. He's like, I can't. I've got things to do. I mean, I'm gonna be here at 4:30 in the morning for the show, and then I gotta stick around and stay here until 3:00. Right?
Yes.
It's terrible.
And then
they say, "All right, forget it. We'll get somebody else." No, I'll do it.
You've got to go through the initial complaint.
Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you just got to. Unless it's me. Sometimes you just got to say to the person, "No."
Well, let me tell you something.
Okay.
2 people that I'm very close with that used to work here.
Yeah.
And one of them, you know who both you and Tim know who they are. And him and I are very good friends.
Yeah. Okay.
He yells at me when I complain about it, and he says, "You got to learn to say no."
Yeah,
and
that's true.
He does get mad at me, and I look at him. I said, "I don't know when to say no. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to say no to anybody."
Yeah, he's a kind person.
Well, the rule number 1 is you never say no to me. Rule number 2 is I really mean it. You never say no to me. Rule number 3 is tell other people no.
And people can say like Lance and say
I know, by the
grow
way,
a set, but I'm telling you the truth. It's hard for me to say no to anybody around here to do extra work because they've all been good to me for all these years, and you, Jeff, everybody.
But we don't ask you to do over and above. The only part about being a producer is he'll get a message from me that says, "Hey, I just saw there was such and such a story. Can you get so and so on tomorrow?"
And I do.
And you do. And that's the most imposing thing that happens. But I just expect you to be here every day.
Yeah,
and you are, and we appreciate that.
I'm telling you now, as a 720 on Thursday this day, it's hard for me. I'm telling you the truth. It's really
721.
hard. It's really hard for me to say no.
It is,
and it's hard for me to say no when Alexa asks me to do extra stuff and give her a ride.
Alexa's the girlfriend.
She's in a predicament right now, and she wanted me to come up last night and give her a ride. So I did. I tried to say no to her.
You can't do it.
I can't.
You can't do it. You can't say no.
And if I do, she gets mad at me, and then I don't hear from her for a few days, which is good.
Yeah. But you can't cave like President Trump caved, saying I can't have an economic catastrophe. You need to stand strong and say, all right, well then I won't ever see you again. Fine, if that's the way you want it. I mean, this is your decision. If that's what you want to do.
So I'm telling you now, it's hard for me to say no around here, especially when it comes to this radio station. You guys, this is like a second family.
It is. It's a second family. Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
What a dysfunctional family.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mess. I mean, it's a mess, which is what makes it a family.
Yeah.
Most people are in family court, and I mean, it's just a disaster. It's a whole big disaster. Okay, Davey. Well, you're going to be just fine. I can see it all over you.
It looks like we missed them again.
Okay, so did you try?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me? I'll interview you. The hotel is called the Crescent, and the restaurant is called Salt, and then the Grand Expo will be opening on Labor Day. But the Salt, the restaurant, and the Crescent restaurant are both opening.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm told, let's see, the Crescent and Salt reflect our commitment to delivering a level of luxury and hospitality that rivals the finest destinations in the world. Elizabeth Blow has helped shape some of our most celebrated dining experiences over the years. Blow, B-L-A-U, experiences over the years. She understands what makes Turning Stone special. She helped bring our vision for Salt to life, a restaurant that reimagines fine dining for today's guests while staying true to hospitality. Salt will be a very interesting gastronomic journey and a culinary inspiration drawn from land and sea. So it'll be surf and turf, so a lot of seafood. It's going to be a seafood restaurant. Mm-hmm. And then there's this whole section, I don't know if you've seen the whole section outdoors. So I think they can see like 150 people outdoors when the weather is nice on their patio. Around here, when the weather is nice, could be never. And that Salt restaurant is on the entire 7th floor. And they're saying this will be the finest steakhouse and seafood restaurant comparable to anything in the Northeast. So get ready for that.
So are these going to be in the new hotel?
It is in the new hotel. Okay. Yeah, it's on the entire 7th floor of the new hotel.
Wow.
That is true. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. If you are in need of a new family doctor, a new primary, or if you're having that situation, and I know we've all been through this, where we have a doctor in common, and you never have to worry there. Yeah. You go in, you sit down, and they bring you right in.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. But when you go to an appointment and you sit down and your appointment's at 2, you're there at 10 of, in my case, 2:01, but you're there and you're waiting, and now it's 2:30, and now it's 2:45, and now you're like, what is going on? And you don't get in until 3:30, and then you're in there for 2 minutes. That is annoying.
Absolutely.
And that will not happen at the Falcon Clinic. They do not overbook. They give you the time that you as a patient need, and they take care of you. Yep. It is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. Dr. Kosminski, Dr. Cheryl Mattern is new to the practice, Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Zielinski, and others, all under one roof, under one umbrella, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. To schedule an appointment, call 315-507-4751 is the number. And I want to tell you, too, that today's portions of the program today brought to you by Sarah's Flooring Outlet. They're having a hardwood blowout with savings of 50%. So if you've been thinking about hardwood flooring, this would be a great time. I'm assuming you have a lot of hardwood flooring through your home.
I do.
It is when you're looking for a house, the first thing you do, you go
Peel
to the
that
corner
rug back.
and pull that rug back and see, is there hardwood? And if there's not, you can add that hardwood to your home, as you know. And right now they have a blowout sale, 50% off Premier Hallmark Alta Vista Oak Hardwood, just $3.25 a square foot. Another incredible deal is on Mohawk Radiant Oak Hardwood, only $3 a square foot, which is 50% savings. The incomparable beauty of white oak hardwood at 50% off. That's only $2.75 a square foot. So you're getting the best in hardwood flooring at prices that will blow out your mind. Blowout, i.e. the blowout. The hardwood blowout going on now at Sarah's Flooring Outlet. Route 49, Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and Sarah's Flooring Outlet.com. Coming up, Hobica's free money question of the day. This morning, it is worth 365 buckaroos. And we'll give you a chance to win that coming up in just a second. We'll get into comments. I don't have Manansky here today to take care of those. We have our comment computer. We literally have a computer that we use for recording and comments. And that computer is down. Davey, I'm told you didn't put in a ticket. The reason it's not fixed, I just asked.
No, I did.
They said you did not put in a ticket.
You're wrong.
No,
I did.
No, they said you didn't put in a ticket.
Well, I did talk to someone, our engineer, that's in another market that takes care of this.
Did you put in a ticket?
No, he tried to fix it himself. I'm not.
Okay, but did you put in a ticket?
No.
We went from yes to no. How does this happen?
Well, you got to put in a ticket, they're telling us. That's what they keep saying. Where's the ticket?
Well, he knows about it, so I
think you should put in a ticket.
Okay,
let's put in a ticket. It's the new corporate world. Oh, you need something fixed, you got to put in a ticket. There's someone breaking into my car in the parking lot. Put in a ticket. The engineer will be with you in about 24 hours.
4 hours.
Put in a ticket. And, I feel bad for them because they're stretched.
Can I say something nice about Easy Pass?
No, only if you put in a ticket.
Well, so I had to I had to call them because my credit card was expiring, whatever.
Yes.
And I was sitting there thinking, this is going to be horrible.
I know.
It took 5 minutes.
Oh, it was good.
It was wonderful.
You had to call them?
I tried the QR code.
Online,
it wouldn't work.
I know.
So she was incredibly pleasant. She said, while you're on the phone, can I do some cleanup work? She had old license plates from way back when that they took off. I gave her 5 stars. I did the survey afterwards.
Did. Nice.
She was really, I cannot say enough nice things about it.
My aunt works for Easy Pass.
Really?
Customer service. What was her name?
Maybe it was her.
Could have been her.
No, I don't know. Unless you're, this
wouldn't.
Woman sounded like she was a 20-something.
It wasn't her. It wasn't her. My aunt's miserable. She hates the job. She's like, oh great, another person calling. They can't figure stuff out online.
So I'll be on customer service.
Put me in customer service so I can straighten out these a-holes.
Oh my God!
It is good when you find. I hate to say, but customer service is so difficult today.
It is.
When you finally get through and somebody's there to help you.
Yeah, you act like this is like such
this is like
incredible.
You're hearing. You see angels in the harps and the choir comes in. I'm not. I don't have any of these charges, but apparently a lot of people are getting charged.
Oh yeah,
ghost charges. So you have to check don't listen if somebody text messages you. Right. Go to your account and log in, and if you see that you were in, you're in Potsdam or something, Although I'm not sure that there's a toll road up there. If you were in Buffalo, and you weren't in Buffalo,
right?
Well, you got to call and contest that because people are being charged. They're not reading the license plates properly.
They've got to make up. They've got to make up for all the ones that are riding through that aren't paying.
Yeah, that aren't paying.
So see, it all works out.
They're just assuming you're going to pay. So don't pay. You got to fight it.
Yeah.
And then portions of today's show also brought to you by It's a Utica Thing, Kitchen and Bar. If you've not tried their restaurant, it's amazing. The food is very, very good. And they're doing homemade pastas now that are handcrafted right there at It's a Utica Thing. Leland Ave in Utica. But if you're having a graduation party and you're looking for help, they can do everything for you. Catering the party with the most amazing food, from Italian foods, pastas and salads, to chicken riggies and greens, tomato pie and more, so much more. They'll set up for you, deliver, pick everything up afterwards, or you can do it all yourself. But they'll do the cooking for you, and the food is good. To call like an SOS. I need help on my graduation party. 315-738-8946. It's a Utica Thing Kitchen and Bar. Online, it's a UticaThing.com.
We all know career politicians lie, but Robert Smullen, well, he's something else. Here's why. First, he denies being arrested for tax fraud, but court records prove he was arrested July 2018. He denies owning a Chinese solar farm, but he did. And you can see it for yourself at solarsmullen.com. Smullen says he's not endorsed by the ultra-liberal New York State Teachers Union, yet he bragged about their endorsement on social media. Smullen says he's a Trump supporter, but President Trump has endorsed his opponent and businessman Anthony Constantino. Anthony Constantino isn't a lying career politician. He's a businessman who built an upstate business creating thousands of jobs. The choice is clear. On Primary Tuesday, June 23rd, vote Anthony Constantino. He's nobody's man but yours. Early voting begins June 13th.
I'm Anthony Constantino, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Constantino for Congress.
Step away from the screen and into something real at the 2026 Glimmerglass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater just minutes from Cooperstown.
The Glimmerglass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts overlooking beautiful Otsego Lake, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs July 10th through August 17th and explores our American journey through iconic musical theater and beloved opera classics. A gripping story of forbidden love, political intrigue and yearning, Fellow Travelers is one of the most talked about new American operas of the past decade.
The Glimmerglass Festival. No filters, no algorithms, just unforgettable performances and a perfect summer's day by the lake with world-class opera and musical theater just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Experience live music, live voices, and live storytelling. No scrolling required. Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and learn more. Then put down the phone, close the laptop, and join us for real connections at the festival.
Hurt in a car, call William Mattar, 315-444-4444.
Wind advisory in effect for us here today. Cloudy and windy with scattered showers and even storms. Middle to upper 70s this afternoon. Showers taper off here tonight. Temperatures drop down into the middle to upper part of the 50s. Clouds break up, give way to sunshine Friday. High temperatures tomorrow, mid part of the 70s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, it's not going to be good. Currently, we have clouds and 65 degrees. All right, time to do Hobica's free money question of the day. And today, it is worth $300, Davey says. $365. So, you want to play along on this one? We have a great question. Davey, this morning at $365, we are looking for caller number what?
Why don't you let Stefan pick the caller?
Okay, caller number what, Stefan?
2.
Oh, caller 2.
Oh,
all right.
He took mercy on Dave.
Caller number 2. Right now at 315-736-0186. Caller 2 taking a shot at $365 next on WIBX. A couple comments here this morning. I'm going to read just one. This is from Steve Colenso. I guess Jeff is the only one who knows how to read YouTube messages. And there are your comments for today. Quick break.
Turn in a ticket.
We'll do that's right. Turn in a ticket. Free money question for $365 is next on WIBX.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
If you're a farmer, contractor, or landscaper, your business can be tough and demanding. That's why Bobcat's new line of compact tractors can be the partner you need to help take on these projects. Check out the great new selection of Bobcat compact tractors at Warner Sales and Service. Tough jobs demand tough equipment, so stop in and demo a new Bobcat tractor today. Just off Route 365 between Rome and Verona and at WarnerSS.com.
Where quality still counts at Warner's.
The universal truth of women's shoes, the cuter they are, the more they hurt.
You have to put your best foot forward, and if your best foot is an ugly shoe, oh my goodness.
Lisanne thought she had to choose between looking good and feeling good until she got fitted for arch supports at the Good Feet store.
Now I can wear the shoes that I've picked out because I like the way they look, not because they were comfortable.
Good Feet relieved her pain and her fashion dilemma. Stop by and try them for yourself. We're located in New Hartford on Commercial Drive across from Hobby Lobby.
I'm Mike Gentile, and I'm running for Assembly to bring common sense leadership back to Albany. I've spent my whole life in this community, and one thing is clear. People want leaders who show up, who listen, and deliver real results. Families across the 119th District are dealing with rising costs, higher utility bills, and real concerns about the future. They deserve someone who understands what they're going through and will fight for them every single day. Leadership that shows up, listens, and delivers. Vote for Mike Gentile for Assembly. Paid for by Gentile for Assembly.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
Step away from the screen and into something real at the 2026 Glimmerglass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater just minutes from Cooperstown.
The Glimmerglass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts overlooking beautiful Otsego Lake, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs July 10th through August 17th and explores our American journey through iconic musical theater and beloved opera classics. A gripping story of forbidden love, political intrigue and yearning, Fellow Travelers is one of the most talked about new American operas of the past decade.
The Glimmerglass Festival. No filters, no algorithms, just unforgettable performances and a perfect summer's day by the lake with world-class opera and musical theater just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Experience live music, live voices, and live storytelling. No scrolling required. Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and learn more. Then put down the phone, close the laptop, and join us for real connections at the festival.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Comment here this morning, as long as we're reading some comments. This is Donna. I know Ann from listening. If she needs help getting through the chemo treatments, acupuncture helps many people. If she wants to see Dr. Sarabu, please pass it along to her. Dr. Sarabu, great doctor. And he's an anesthesiologist. I have to tell you, when I was having a problem and was just on the verge, this was my first colon surgery, just on the verge of losing my kidneys. Everything had shut down. Dr. Sarabu simply walking through and checked my chart and said, get him off Celebrex. That was the medicine I was on. Yeah. Now, I watched the commercials on TV. At some point, I was soft focused. I was running slow motion through a field. Everybody, I was hugging people. It was beautiful. Because I was hallucinating. It was brutal. And sure enough, Dr. Sarabu, I got off that medicine, and it saved my kidneys. Otherwise, I'd be on dialysis. They said I had probably one more day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Great doctor, though. Great for many, including acupuncture. Okay, let's see. It's Sergio on the line right now, ready to take a shot at Hobica's free money question of the day. Today, it is worth $365, and it comes from the Hobica Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobica, at 315-724-1600. And Sergio, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you here. And you know how this works. You have 7 seconds to answer. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here is your question for $365. I need you to dig deep into your mind for this one. What is New York State's state fossil? Ready, go.
Wow.
Let's just pick something.
My kids would think I should know this because they think I grew up in bedrock, but I can't think of a fossil. I can't think of a fossil.
Down there in Ilion, what would you say? This is a tough question. It's the sea scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say it's probably some sea creature.
Yeah,
I was thinking of like the horseshoe crab or something like that.
Like a horseshoe crab, yeah. The sea scorpion. All right. You did not get it right. You don't get the 365. Davey, as a consolation, what are we doing? We're doing movie. What? What are you saying?
I was told there's no prize.
Well, then you get the free.
I'm okay with that.
Whoa. There's no consolation?
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got a question.
Okay.
I think the sea scorpion isn't really a fossil because it's still in Albany, isn't it?
This is that's very funny. All right, I'm going to give it for $50, a $50 consolation. Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to give you a question. Davey, we're going to cover it, the $50, right? Okay, he shrugged. Okay, Sergio, I got the shrug. I got the shrug from Davey. Here we go. Here is your question for $50, your consolation. What ethnicity were the first white people to settle in New York? Ready, go.
They were Dutch.
Was it the Dutch? For a wonderful consolation of $50.
Yeah.
Dutch.
The freaky deaky Dutch.
That's right, Sergio. They were Dutch. That means you win a $50 bonus consolation prize that we made up here along the way this morning. So congratulations. Yeah, we hate people going away not winning something. Yeah. So $50, not bad. That'll get you, hopefully by the end of the summer, that'll get you a tank of gas.
If you have a small tank.
If you have a small tank. All right, hold on tight. Sergio, thank you. For $50, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, this is primary day coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the middle of early voting, which is happening right now. And Tuesday, so early voting today through Sunday. Monday, nothing. And then Tuesday is 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. primary voting in New York State. And it's a big one. You have the Republican primary that's getting a lot of air and sucking it out of the room. But then you have a race between Blake Gendabine, who we've had on the air. He's the farmer in the North Country, and a restaurant owner in Lake Placid, Stuart Amorell. I think I'm saying it correctly. And he is on the line right now. Stuart, I hope I didn't butcher your name.
Now you got it, Bill.
All right.
That was right.
Good to hear from you. And did you know that the sea scorpion was the New York State fossil?
I did not, so I learned something new.
Yeah.
There's no way I would have gotten that.
Yeah,
one.
I wouldn't have either. The Dutch thing, I think, was pretty
New
pretty
Amsterdam,
easy.
you would have gotten
fits. Okay, Stuart, please tell us about you and you're a restaurateur, so tell me about that also.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I am a small business owner, restaurant owner in Lake Placid. I've owned the Pickled Pig for about 10 years. It's located right across from the convention center in Lake Placid. I am husband, father of 2 young daughters, and my family's originally from Tupper Lake, and I moved back to the Adirondacks about 10 years ago.
Okay, where did you go before that? Where were you before?
I was in the Mid-Atlantic, Northern Virginia.
Okay, all right. And
Fairfax area.
And Lake Placid is really hot right now. I mean, I'm not talking about temperature, but it's a hot spot right now.
It is. Obviously, I think the whole region and Lake Placid benefits from, the 32 and 80 Olympics. We've invested in those facilities, reinvested in those facilities, so there's still world-class facilities that are enabled to attract World Cups, every winter. So It's great to have the ski jumps, Mount Van Hovenberg. There's really great facilities, and who knows, maybe one more Olympics.
Well, there's talk about it, right? There's talk about maybe the Olympics come back to Lake Placid. That would be something special.
Teach the Russians one more lesson.
That's right. Another lesson needs to be taught. All right. Tell me, what are the key issues that you're running on for Congress?
Yeah, I think the big one is rebuilding our quality of life. And I don't think these are partisan issues, and I think we all recognize that. You had mentioned the cost of gas a second ago.
Yeah.
But, this is a big district. We know that. So, obviously, some differences from the Mohawk Valley, Champlain Valley. But I think, when we're traveling it, we're hearing the same thing, that things are just too difficult. They're too expensive. Housing is expensive, especially depending on what area we're talking about. But healthcare, accessibility issues, cost issues, utilities we saw this past winter were ridiculous. I know where we are, you're seeing record utility bills, but, National Grid's posting 25% profit margins.
Yeah.
So I think right now what we really need to focus on is a quality of life that everybody can afford.
I noticed in your bio here, you mentioned ICE being one of the top issues. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, so that was one of the tipping point issues that got me into this race. I had an employee that was picked up by ICE. He was legally authorized to live and work in the United States. We had his paperwork, and I figured it wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, he was picked up. He was not a criminal, had no background, 20 years old, and he was pressured into signing a self-deportation order. And when I went through that process and learned what had happened to him and how he was treated, that was sort of the tipping point for me. It's not something that I expected from our law enforcement, from our government. And then, when I learned what happened, I said, we've got to step up. We've got to do this. We have to protect our borders. I absolutely agree with that. We have to protect Americans. But we can do that in a way that respects the fact that we are not only a nation of laws, but we are also a nation of immigrants. I mean, we just talked about that when you asked your constellation question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me what ended up happening to that employee.
He signed a self-deportation order. So he was, when he was originally picked up, they had told him, listen, sign this order, which is what they're really doing for a lot of people that they can't easily deport. They're having them sign an order saying they agree to be deported. They told this kid, Emmanuel, listen, sign the order or we're going to send you to a prison in El Salvador.
Wow.
I don't think that they actually would have done that. I think they were just trying to push this kid to sign. So we hired an attorney for him, and the attorney got involved. And they ultimately said, listen, that's fine. You've got an attorney, but we're not going to release you until you have your court date. And that's probably going to be about a year right now. So he just said, you know what, I'm going to sign. He signed. They shipped him from Batavia down to Texas, then Texas to Venezuela. And then he applied and got a visa to go with his girlfriend and live in Poland. So he's now living and working in Poland. Again, Poland, he applied. They accepted him. he lives there now. He was a great kid, good member of the community, but what happened really was unfortunate.
Tim.
Yeah, Stuart. So kind of a two-part question here.
Sure.
Number one, what are the policies that you're proposing as opposed to your opponent Genevieve's? And number two is, what do you make of the Republican side in regards to those candidates?
That's an interesting race. Jen DeBean is who you're mentioning.
Yeah. So, I would say to contrast the two, that's how I'll answer this question, to contrast, the Democratic side and the Republican side. I don't know if you watched either of the debates.
Oh, yeah.
But, so we just had our debate last week, about a week and a half. Week before that, there was the Republican debate. And I'll say I think you could see a marked difference between my debate with Blake and the Republican debate between Smolin and Constantino. I think if you watch, Blake and I debate, you recognize that we do have some differences of opinion, but which is good in democracy, right? We should all come to the table with different ideas and different solutions. This is how we strengthen democracy. But in my debate, I think those differences were noted, but they could be discussed civilly and respectfully, and I don't think that's what we saw between Smolin and Constantino.
That has been a bit of a dirty race. It's ugly.
There's some bad blood there. Yes.
Yeah. Is that the question is going to be for the voters? Is that what we want? They got to select one of those two, and then we'll be dealing with the general. You mentioned,
well, right, and I think you might end up because of the bad blood. You might have a repeat of what we saw in 2009 when you had somebody run on the conservative line as well. So you had two people basically running on the right, and I think they've sort of intimated that that's what's going to happen. We've certainly seen Constantino on the independent line, so he petitioned for and won the independent line. So even if he lost the Republican primary, which doesn't look too likely at the moment, but if he did, he could still run on the independent line. And then Smolin, of course, has already earned the conservative nomination to stay on the ballot.
And now I've asked both of them if they would stay in the race if they were to lose. And, of course, both saying they're not going to lose, so you have to ask again. And eventually, both of them have said that they would stay in the race. And that would create that scenario. It's certainly possible they change their mind down the road, but if they stay in the race, that would be advantage Democrats, I would imagine, for you.
Well, yes, it absolutely would. I think Bill Owens is, I think, the only Democrat to win up here in the North Country, and the district has changed a little bit. But in terms of the northern part of the area, Bill Owens is the only Democrat to have won since before the Civil War. So, that one time in 2009 when the vote was split was the only time a Democrat won since the Civil War. So, yes, it would be an advantage.
Are you surprised Lee Stefanik is not endorsed in this race?
I think it is time for her to go. I think she is as frustrated as some people in the North Country as well. I think she thought she was not treated fairly. I'm sure she didn't like not getting the endorsement, realizing that there's going to be some pushback on the run for governor. I think obviously this whole race started back when there might have been a special election. I think the fact that she got pulled from UN ambassador, I think that probably made her a little disgruntled.
Yeah, boy, I got to tell you, imagine if Elise Stefanik were going head to head with the governor right now. That race would, and I'm nothing against Blakeman by any means, but that race would be far different today.
It would be, yes, it would absolutely be a different race. But it seems this administration had different thoughts.
Yeah. You mentioned the obviously what happened to you with ICE, but at the end of the day, on the northern border, there is a problem that is occurring.
Yeah, we need secure borders.
Yeah. And so you stand by that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are a nation of law. I mean, when I say we're a nation of laws and immigrants, those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
They don't need to be mutually exclusive. We can have secure borders. We can protect Americans, and we can have immigration enforcement. But there's a way to do it that also respects quite frankly, the dignity of people, even those that we might have to get rid of, but also the values. I mean, we're approaching our 250th anniversary. Those values that have guided this nation, I think, need to guide, every agency.
Do you have a soup of the day? And if so, what is it today?
We do not have a soup of the day, but we do have a great homemade brisket chili.
Okay. Ooh. All right. That sounds really good. And are you one of those people in Lake Placid that go out to Mirror Lake and kind of gander across the lake and then jump in and swim across the lake? Because it seems like everyone is fit. Everyone's an Olympian in Lake Placid.
No, that's not me. When my wife forces me, we'll do a walk around Mirror Lake, the 3 miles and so. But that's only when I'm forced.
I got to say, if you're looking for a place to spend a day or the weekend, and you're not traveling far, but you want to travel, man, Lake Placid is just beautiful. Winter and summer, it's a great place to go. And it sounds like, again, your restaurant. The name of your restaurant is
The Pickled Pig.
The Pickled Pig. That might be one of your stops. So check it out. We do appreciate you coming on today, Stuart. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
And good luck over the next few days.
Appreciate it. Take care. Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Stuart Amaral. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
The Pickled Pig.
The Pickled Pig. Wasn't that what that guy up in Canada thought of you when you were eating ice cream?
He called me a cochon. Yes. Which means pig. That's really nice.
Yeah,
well, I did have chocolate ice cream coming down on my shirt. So, but
and
apparently
you were smiling.
There's something about when you those Canadians, that the French-speaking Canadians that come down when you're up in Maine or wherever. There's something. They have an attitude.
Yeah.
But they are supposedly, someone tried to explain, no, that's a term of endearment in French. And I'm like, okay, looking at the scenario, I have a big ice cream cone. It's 95 degrees. It's dripping on my shirt. And a guy says to me, cochon. I'm not sure he was being nice.
Don't they use the pigs for the truffle? So maybe that was endearment.
Maybe it was. All right, listen, lots to do. Coming up next hour, I will get to comments. We'll do that coming up. And Farmer Ben, June, this is going to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
What we're about to do here, you're here on a perfect day.
Oh,
today, we are going to make, in the studio, we're going to make butter.
Oh.
Yeah, with Farmer Ben coming up.
Meet Anthony Constantino, running to represent us in Congress.
First off, you, I see through your game.
Wannabe rapper, wannabe Republican. But he can't rap his way out of reality. He's a lifelong Democrat who helped fund Trump's impeachment. After the George Floyd riots, he called our cops racist and sold Kill the Police stickers. He claims he's America first, but he shipped jobs overseas, even replaced workers with robots. Anthony Constantino, worse than a wannabe. He's a fraud.
And I know just how this ends.
The real conservative in the race? Robert Smullen, a Marine colonel. He fought for our country. Smullen was appointed by President Trump and will fight for the America First agenda. He's the Republican conservative and law enforcement endorsed candidate. On June 23rd, vote Robert Smullen for Congress. Proven patriot, ready to serve.
I'm Robert Smullen, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studio, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
They are either jealous, stupid, or bad people. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Trump posted on Truth Social about those he calls fools who think he hasn't been tough enough on Iran. The morning after he signed the deal with Iran at the end of the G7 summit in France to end the conflict.
We're never going to let them have a nuclear weapon.
Now, Iran's president also signed the agreement that will open the Strait of Hormuz to oil and other shipping, which President Trump says will avoid an economic catastrophe. The deal also gives Iran sanctions relief, sets up a reconstruction fund, and would unfreeze some of their assets, which is getting criticized by some Republicans and Democrats in Congress. But the president insists
it's not our money, it's their money, and we froze it. At a certain point in time, I guess we're going to have to give it back.
Fox's Trey Yingst reports from Tel Aviv.
As for the missile program of Iran, President Trump said from France yesterday that the Iranians will have some missiles because neighboring countries have missiles. There was a lot of reaction across the region to those comments, but this is not a final deal with the Iranian regime. This is an extension of the ceasefire between the United States and Iran. He said if they don't adhere to the terms of this deal and don't ultimately give up their nuclear program, that he would resume the bombing campaign against the Islamic Republic.
War Secretary Pete Hegseth is at a NATO meeting in Brussels, calling on allies to take more responsibility for their own security in Europe.
Capable of deterring right here on the continent and taking the lead for the conventional defense.
Hegseth also announced a 6-month review of American forces stationed in Europe. One of the men charged in the plot the FBI thwarted to stage a White House attack, Daniel Eskridge, due in court today in Missouri.
Prosecutors say the 5 men arrested planned to deploy drones armed with explosives in and around the UFC Freedom 250 event last Sunday in order to force an evacuation, and then planned to deploy snipers to fire upon high-value targets within the fleeing crowd.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter. America's listening to Fox News.
The Fox News Books podcast returns for a 3rd season with all American patriotism. Hosted by Fox and Friends weekend co-host Rachel Campos Duffy. Celebrate 250 years of America's greatness through the stories of service, family, and pride that encapsulates the American dream. Join Rachel as she highlights traditional American values that have been at the core of this nation for 250 years and will continue for the next 250. Follow and listen now at foxnewspodcast.com.
America, raise a glass to our 250th birthday with the Fox News Wine Shop, featuring limited edition USA 250 wines. Plus, get 20% off your first purchase with code FNRadio20. And remember, wines are delivered straight to your door, so don't wait. Order now at foxnewswineshop.com and use code FNRadio20 to save. 20% discount excludes wine club offers and cannot be combined with any other promotion. Expires July 31st, 2026. Must be 21 or older to order. Please drink responsibly.
Well, this U.S.-Iran deal reopening the Strait of Hormuz has oil prices down another almost 2%. Gas has dipped back down just under $4 a gallon now for AAA's national average for regular. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day after a big sell-off dragged the Dow down 500 points off its record high following a Fed decision.
There's new leadership at the Federal Reserve, but for the time being, the central bank is not making changes to its key interest rate.
Economic activity is expanding at a solid pace, despite elevated uncertainty that owes in part to the conflict in the Middle East.
Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh confirmed to his post last month after being nominated by President Trump, says the Board of Governors was unanimous in keeping rates steady as inflation remains above the Fed's target of 2%. President Trump has pushed for lower rates and was critical of policy decisions made during the tenure of former Fed Chair Jerome Powell. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
This is a big day in Chicago.
Bruce Springsteen, U2's Bono, and The Edge, and Pearl Jam's Eddie Vedder are in the lineup for the grand opening of the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago at 11 Central Time. The reveal on Instagram came by way of a group chat featuring former President Barack Obama, adding people to his phone chat who will also appear at the ceremony. The lineup also includes former First Lady Michelle Obama, Stevie Wonder, John Legend, and more. The Obama Presidential Center's official website says, in part, the live-streamed event brings together global leaders, artists, change makers, and citizens for an inspiring celebration of the values that shaped the Obama presidency. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
It's Celebration Day in New York for Knicks fans.
We're here. We're bonded by one team, one city, one championship.
He staked out his spot in Manhattan last night for this morning's victory parade that starts in a few hours after the Knicks won their first NBA title in 53 years. I'm Dave Anthony.
Fox Sports Update. The FIFA World Cup.
That's the clincher! That is the goal! And Colombia are partying like it's 2014 all over again!
2014, Colombia made it to the World Cup quarterfinals. Last night on FS1, Colombia scored in the 99th minute to seal a 3-1 victory over Uzbekistan. Ghana shut out Panama 1-0. England got a goal from Harry Kane in a 4-2 win over Croatia. Portugal played a 1-1 draw with the Democratic Republic of Congo. First round of group stage play complete. Second round begins today. First game 12 noon Eastern time in Atlanta. South Africa and Czechia each try for their first win. Same for Switzerland and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Canada takes on Qatar. Two teams who won their openers, Mexico and South Korea, face off tonight in Guadalajara. All four of today's matches on Fox Network TV. I'm Jared Max.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
Wind advisory in effect for us here today. Cloudy and windy with scattered showers and even storms. Middle to upper 70s this afternoon. Showers taper off here tonight. Temperatures drop down into the middle to upper part of the 50s. Clouds break up, give way to sunshine Friday. High temperatures tomorrow, mid part of the 70s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
This is an America 250 Minute brought to you by Oneida County America 250 Commission. I'm Leslie Rainey, Regent of Oneida Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution.
And I'm Alexis Albright, historian for Oneida County and the village of Oriskany.
Arthur Middleton, another signer of the Declaration of Independence, was born on June 26, 1742 in South Carolina into a wealthy and politically active family. He was educated in England, attending prestigious institutions such as Harrow School and Trinity Hall, Cambridge, where he developed a strong foundation in classical literature and law. Middleton's political career began in earnest when he returned to South Carolina, where he became involved in the growing revolutionary sentiment against British rule. He was elected to the Second Continental Congress in 1776, succeeding his father, Henry Middleton, who also had been a significant political figure. He married Mary Izard, with whom he had 9 children, eventually settling at Middleton Place, a plantation 15 miles northwest of Charleston. Arthur was known for his radical views and was a member of the Council of Safety, which was crucial in organizing the colony's defense during the Revolutionary War. Arthur signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, at the age of 34. During the Revolutionary War, Middleton served in the defense of Charleston, but was captured by British forces in 1780. He was imprisoned until 1781 when he was exchanged for British prisoners. After the war, he continued to be politically active in politics until his death on January 1st, 1878, at the age of 45. Arthur Middleton, South Carolina.
And we want you to love the history where you live.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
Clearing out your home or commercial building, John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation will handle it for you. We handle residential or any size commercial property, before and after estate sale cleanouts, or any junk removal service. John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation is a 5-star rated and background checked business, providing service you can count on, and we're fully insured in the industry. Call John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation today and take the stress out of your mess.
I'm Mike Gentile, and I'm running for Assembly to bring common sense leadership back to Albany. I've spent my whole life in this community, and one thing is clear. People want leaders who show up, who listen, and deliver real results. Families across the 119th District are dealing with rising costs, higher utility bills, and real concerns about the future. They deserve someone who understands what they're going through and will fight for them every single day. Leadership that shows up, listens, and delivers. Vote for Mike Gentile for Assembly. Paid for by Gentile for Assembly.
Man, I love this place.
I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
If you're looking for smart, balanced talk to wrap up your day, tune in to The Guy Benson Show. Weeknights at 7 will break down the biggest stories in politics, culture, and the media with sharp analysis, lively interviews, and a dose of humor. From Capitol Hill to the day's hottest headlines, we bring you the facts and the conversation behind them. If you miss it during the week, catch the weekend edition Sunday afternoon starting at 1. That's The Guy Benson Show, weeknights at 7 and Sundays at 1 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
River Hills Properties continues to serve people here in upstate New York and beyond. That is, the concept of no lockbox, which means they just work harder for you. If you're selling your home, your listing agent is there every time your house is shown. There's no one walking through. An agent that is another agent that's never been in your home is not just coming through when you're not there. Your listing agent with River Hills will always be there. That's the River Hills way. The book, 40 to 100 pages, filled with details about the house. It's like a manual of the home. So much more that they do to really earn your business and to assist you and make life easier in the selling of your property. And how much is your home worth today? Reach out to River Hills Properties. And then there's that part about the snowbird. Maybe you're thinking harsh winters, you've had enough. Spend time down there. Maybe spend all your time down there. I'm talking about Sarasota, Florida, where it's just beautiful. Sarasota, Naples, Marco Island. They have a full team of agents ready to help you at River Hills Properties. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. 315-896-1009 is the phone number. And the Good Feet Store. Having problems with your knees, your hip, your back. It could be all about the way you're walking. And we've had maybe 6 or 7 people come through our doors here in studio who say, you know what, that Good Feet Store, we've used it, I've used it, and it has made all the difference in the world when it comes to pain. Located in New Hartford, it's a 3-step system. These are inserts that go into your shoes. It's the Good Feet Store. 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford, 315-999-3910. And now, here with your weather forecast is Tim Reed.
There's going to be wind and rain.
There is a wind advisory.
Yeah.
There is a wind advisory.
Yeah.
We may get 40 to 50 mile an hour winds later this afternoon, so they say.
It'll be light today until the sun goes down and then it's dark.
I'll tell you, there was a story recently of a woman that was impaled by a beach umbrella. When the wind took the umbrella it just...
It's like lawn darts.
Yeah, there goes Linda. She was a good woman.
Yeah. Turn in a ticket.
Turn in a ticket. Yeah, it's terribly sad. Yeah. So be careful. If you have stuff in your yard or whatever that's... you could be blown all over the place. Be careful. Yes. Okay, in studio right now is Ben Simons. They call him Farmer Ben. And June is Dairy Month. Da-da-da.
Good morning, Bill and Tim and Stefan. How are you this morning? And yes, June is Dairy Month, and we want to continue that trend on, because then when we get into July, then we talk about ice cream. And,
yes.
So Bill, I want to say thank you for inviting me back second time in the month of June. First of all, I want to say...
Thank Davey.
Yeah, thank you, Davey, for inviting me. And today, originally, Audrey Donahoe, the chairwoman for the ADA, American Dairy Association Northeast, was going to join me this morning. But all of a sudden, she got a phone call to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to the National Dietitian Nutrition Program people that set up the dietitians and the nutrition program for all the schools throughout the United States.
Ooh.
And with the new regulation that Donald Trump put in, that whole milk will be served now. Recommendation. Thank you for that, Bill. Recommendation for whole milk to be served during breakfast and school lunch programs. And they're putting that together for the 2026-27 school year. So she ran right down to Washington.
Nice.
So she wanted me to share with you that she apologizes for not being able to come in today. But possibly for the next month, the next time you have me in, she'd love to come and talk about dairy, ice cream, whatever.
So you have brought with you,
Yep.
I see 3 canning jars, if you will.
I did. So you gave me quite an idea, and I love the idea. You said, Ben, let's make some butter in studio. So I went home and confronted my wife, and I remember doing this in school, as you had mentioned. So what we do is you take a canning jar, any size of a canning jar, something that's sealed up, and fill it roughly no more than 1/3 full. A quarter's better, or a third.
Okay.
And then you just sit down, watch TV, or give your children, if they're bored, something to do. Tell them to take a canning jar or some sort of a jar, seal it up, put the cap on real tight, and just start shaking. Heavy cream. Just go to your local store and pick up some Byrne or Stewart's heavy cream. Put it in a jar, 25% full, and just start vigorously shaking it while you're watching TV or the kids are running around the yard. And after you shake it for a little bit, it'll start to get a little bit of condensity to it. The first thing you'll notice is you'll come to whipped cream. And then just keep shaking. Just keep shaking like I did last night with this one. And just keep...
that's the whipped cream.
Yep. And so if you shake it for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, you'll come up with real whipped cream. You made your own whipped cream to put on strawberry shortcake with ice cream.
Good. Yeah.
Then if you just continue to shake and shake and shake and shake, Bill, would you like to shake this to make some butter?
I'll shake a little bit. Yeah.
Just vigorously shake that, and eventually
I'll keep shaking.
You could make a dance out of it.
We could.
And
shake your booty.
Yep, and you just keep shaking it, and all of a sudden you'll start to feel a slug going back and forth.
Come here.
Here, Stefan, here's one for you.
Oh, I was going to give it.
So Ben, what's the difference between cream and heavy cream? What's the creation of that?
All right,
and whipping cream.
And whipping cream. There is a big difference. So regular cream is what rises from the top of the milk jug,
Right.
and that'll only run like 8, 10, 12% cream or fat in it. When you go to the store and you purchase what they call heavy cream or whipping cream, that can be anywhere between 30 to 40%. In other words, they keep reducing down the milk and the fluid in it and skimming it off, and it makes it more dense is what it is. So for your whipping cream.
So I wonder if maybe they use a cream like the Europeans use a cream for their butter that just has more fat.
Yep. And so...
Because the European butter is fattier.
It is. But I also want to say to that, too, just keep shaking, Bill. Have you got to the whipped cream yet, Bill?
Nice.
Oh, you started me with cream.
I started you with the cream.
Well, what I have now is there's something in it where I'm feeling like it's bouncing back and forth.
Yep, you just keep right on going. You're at the whipping cream, or you're at the cream level,
Lovely.
or the whipped cream level. And but I want to say, when we were just off the air a moment ago, we were talking about
whipped cream.
European butter tastes different. This is a true fact. If you purchase milk here in Central New York, and let's just say you go up to the St. Lawrence Seaway, St. Lawrence County and all that, the milk actually has a little bit of a different flavor in different parts of the country you're in, and it's because of the diet of the type of cow. So you take when you were talking earlier, Bill, about over in, where was it, Ireland? You were talking about?
Ireland, even Great Britain, any of those areas, the butter's different.
It is. And the dairy products are a little bit different because of the grasses, the type of diet the cow is eating.
Yeah.
So if you're real sensitive to milk, you can really taste the differences in milk. You go to a large farm that feeds silage, like corn silage and haylage and fermented feed, and you drink that milk. Versus you go to a farm, it's a pure grass-fed farm. you can truly taste the difference in that milk.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds funny, but when you take cows back in the old days, when you took cows out of the barn that were feeding dry hay all winter, and you turned them out in the spring of the year on fresh green grass, that cow's milk actually will change to a different color. And it'll change to a different color, and it'll also change the taste of that milk just a little bit. It makes sense. It's totally to the diet of the cow. But at the end of the day, milk is milk. I mean, it's all good. Now, the modern day, when you go to Stewart's and buy milk from Stewart's or Byrne or any of the large companies, there's so much milk that is picked up at such a variety of the farms, whether they go to a smaller farm and they pick up part of the load there for a grass farm, and then they go to a silage farm. It's all blended together. But if you're purchasing your milk from an individual farm and you get used to a particular farmer's milk, and then you decide to change and stop at a Stewart shop and pick up a gallon of their milk, or you decide to go to
So, by the way, it just separated.
Different.
It just separated.
Yep.
So you're creating the butter in the middle.
There's your butter, Davey.
Yeah.
Davey had to come in the end.
Yeah,
It just separated. I did all the hard work, and then,
And the fluid that's around it is your common buttermilk. There are some people that really love
I
buttermilk.
did not know that was buttermilk.
There it is. See that milk? Turn it, Davey, so you can see the butter. See the butter?
That's where buttermilk comes from.
That's your buttermilk.
Wow.
And see, we made butter. And then my wife sent in some crackers and a knife, and you guys can have a spread.
By the way, the American butter has about 80% butter fat.
There you go.
European regulations, it ranges between 82 and 90% butter fat. That's where there's a difference in the butter.
Yeah. You can pass that around there, Stephen.
Pass me the. I'm going to try it.
Yep. And I.
Thank you.
Wow. And
a knife.
And a very fresh butter.
Oh, this is like fresh.
Bill Keeler just made butter. That's a record for the Keeler Show in the morning. They made butter on the radio this morning.
I do like it.
With
Butter
Farmer
up Keeler.
Ben. Now remember, that's pure butter. There's no salt in that, so it might be kind of a little bland to you. But
it's very good.
Thank you, Bill.
I just ate the butter.
You're not eating the
And pass that around.
That is really. I hate to seem so stupid.
No.
Well, you were.
I do it often.
I was going to say.
And I might say I do it quite well.
Yes.
It is. I guess I never realized it was to churn butter.
Yep.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
And we'll probably, Davey, pay for it in the morning. But it's really good butter.
So I just want to invite all the parents that have little children that, they get antsy and locked in the house, all day long. Stop at the store, pick up some heavy whipping cream or heavy cream.
I didn't lick the knife.
And put it in a jar and have your child sit there while they're watching TV. You want to burn some energy, give them a jar, and they can make their own butter.
Davey.
Could I just say something?
No.
So a couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to take Ben up on an offer up at the Donito farm. Mm-hmm. He had, the kindergarten kids from General William Floyd, Ben?
Yep.
They gave a tour, and Ben says, Davey, come on up. So I went up and experienced the farm.
So
it was great.
So there's two farms that opened their doors this year for what they call Day on the Farm or Farm Kids Farm Fest. One was at the Donito Farms there in Marcy. They opened it up for the younger kids in Floyd. And the one you came to, Davey, was the one at the Findale Farm in Steuben. They had 90 kindergartners from the Holland Patent area and Remsen area. And, and Farmer Ben gave everybody hay rides. And but I got to tell you, there was like 90 little kindergartners, but I bet you there was 90 parents and grandparents that were there. And no, this is a great opportunity to get out and teach the children about where their food comes from. We're getting to be 4 and 5 generations separated between the people and the farm family, so they really don't understand. The other one too, I really need to mention this, was Marianne Buttonshawn. She set up a farm tour to go to her farm and the beef farm, Sorrento Farm. I didn't say it right, but across the street. And because of the inclement weather the other day, Marianne wanted to make sure we put ag in the classroom. So Marianne contacted myself and the sheriff, Rob Mashel. He's a beef farmer. when he's out of uniform. He's Rancher Rob.
Yes.
And so anyways, we took a calf real quick and ran down to the Denti school in Rome, where there was 600 children. It was only supposed to be for just the kindergartners, the little first graders, kindergartners. Yeah. Ended up having 600 students come out onto the lawn, and we gave them a discussion about where their food comes from and where milk comes from, where their beef comes from. And I know the little children questioned, about not wanting to eat that poor little calf that I brought with me, but at the end of the day, we had to show them this is where your McDonald's hamburger comes from. Yeah. So I want to make sure we also give a shout out to Marianne Buttonshawn for what she does.
Very nice. And I want a couple things on the butter. So if you're making the butter and you put it in like a standing mixer.
Yep. A blender.
You're not going to get the same thing though, are you?
I don't think so.
It's going to blend the buttermilk with the butter.
Chop it all up into.
So the way we get our butter, the way we make our butter is I have cleaned out an old paint can, and I take my butter, my heavy cream, over to Lowe's, and I say,
that's cheating.
Could you mix my paint up for me, please? And that would be the perfect device to make butter, wouldn't it?
It would be. And if you really get serious about that, Bill, that's cute. That is cute. But that's where you make ice cream, too. You take a paint can, you put cream and milk in there and your flavor, and then you surround it with ice and shake that. Take it to the paint shaker.
Yeah.
But that's how you make ice cream. So, yes, Bill. That's a cheating way. Boy, everybody's going to be lining up in Lowe's today at the paint machine.
Just, please make sure your paint can is clean.
Don't use the the stir that still has the paint on it.
There's nothing worse than latex butter. I'm just going to tell you, it doesn't taste all that good. So.
And I'd like to also, Bill, if I could for a moment, to say to Mr. Reed, I know you've retired now from the Boilermaker. But most people do not realize it unless you're a serious runner.
Yep.
The amount of chocolate milk that actually the runners consume at the Boilermaker. Nobody ever talks about that. And I think us dairy people, and I'll get Audrey Donahoe on that, because if you want, carry it on. But if you'd help me out with that, because I do know the runners and the nutritionists strongly suggest chocolate milk, and if you'd carry that.
So I had read in Running Magazine that the number one hydration was chocolate milk after a race, and I was kind of shocked by it.
It's not the beer tent.
It is not the beer tent. I would have thought it was
really good.
It was, you thought it was water or whatever it was, and when I read about that, I thought it would be wonderful, especially because we're a dairy area, to be able to get that, and we were fortunate enough to get a sponsor to deal with the chocolate milk. And I will tell you, it is incredibly, incredibly popular when you're going through the chute after you're done with the chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
And most people don't realize that.
They do not.
The general public.
I mean, when you go to the state fair and you see the line waiting for the quarter chocolate milk. It's a big deal. People love chocolate milk.
It really is.
And the thought is that even though kids are getting a lot of sugar, you're getting sugar with milk anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you add the chocolate. It sometimes for some kids gives them the inspiration to drink milk.
Yep.
Which is a good thing. Stefan, how did you do over there? Did you taste the butter? And what do you think?
I did help make the butter, and the cracker and butter were very delicious.
Yeah, and even without adding the salt, it's just like butter, no salt added.
So if somebody has a salt problem where they can't eat a lot of salt, they can make their own butter.
I thought it was great without. It didn't need salt.
You didn't. The cracker has salt too. That helps a little bit.
That's true.
Helps you just a little bit. All right, all good stuff. I want to ask you about but a really cool thing to do with kids and grandkids.
Yep.
Let's show them where this stuff really comes from.
Yep.
The buttermilk thing
is right there. Look at that.
Did not know, and the great pancakes. The other thing buttermilk is really good for is marinating your like chicken. It breaks down that chicken. You can't marinate anything more than 24 hours. You're going to go too far. But even if you do 12 hours, buttermilk is great. Soak your chicken in buttermilk.
Yeah.
Season it up a little bit. I wanted to ask you about this problem with the is it the screwworm?
Yep, the New World screwworm. That is a big problem. I'm glad you brought it up.
And we're seeing without getting into the politics of all of this, at some point we lifted the ban on bringing those cows over because there was a beef shortage.
Correct.
So the thought was we could control it. And now the problem is it's made its way into the United States.
It did. So, yep, that's a real deal. So I'm gonna use my farmer talk here for just a moment.
Okay.
Don't worry, no swearing. Got me on my 5-second relay. So what it amounts to, everybody, ladies and gentlemen out there, is we're all familiar. I know it's a touchy subject. Just going. We're all familiar with the maggot. Okay, it's in the maggot family. I was told, to clarify this, I was told, Ben, don't use the word maggot, but I don't know how else to do it.
Oh, you've used it twice.
Thank you. So anyway, the screwworm is in the maggot family 3 times. And the difference between a maggot and the New World screwworm is a maggot will eat dead flesh. Okay? Some doctors even use it. If you have a major wound and they need to clean it out, that maggots are still being used.
Not some. It is used. Even it's used.
It is, and that eats the dead flesh.
An infection that can't. And today we run into these problems with infections that antibiotics cannot handle. But gangrene, any of that, believe it or not, they do use.
Go ahead, Bill.
For you, Ben, the 6th time maggots.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that being said,
7th.
So that being said, the screwworm is in that same family. The difference between the New World screwworm, that's what they call it, is it eats live flesh. It does not eat dead flesh. So what's happening is the flies lay the larvae of that screwworm. It's carried by flies. And then it gets onto open wounds. And it can be anywhere, in a mouth, in the nose, anywhere where there's very, very thin or bloody tissue, like inside your nose, inside your mouth, a cut on your fingers, and the same with animals. And now it has gotten into the United States, and it's gotten into Texas. The last time it was here was back in 1960, and they were able to eradicate it in 1966 and get rid of it. How they did it was by producing sterile male flies so that there was no eggs.
We're doing that with mosquitoes right now.
Yep, same thing. So now what's happened is it got into the beef herd in the United States. There was one case that started in Texas. Now all of a sudden now we have 11 cases in Texas and 1 in New Mexico that was moved by flies off of animals that were transported over the border that got here in the United States. And the particular animal it's in New Mexico is a family pet dog. So any warm-blooded animal, mammal, that has live flesh, warm, can get into a cut or an open part of the body, anything sensitive, and then it just be honest with you, I'm going to be a little graphic, but it eats you alive. So, down in Texas, the United States Department of Agriculture.
Got a few people I'd like.
Easy, Bill.
Could be a weapon. We could be talking about a weapon here.
It could be. So, to be honest and heavy and serious with this whole thing it is a serious concern to our food supply. Especially,
is it treatable? Are they able to?
It is. So, Brooke Rollins wants everybody to sit back a little bit and wait till the sterile flies. There's only one company or one facility in the whole world that's in Panama that produces sterile flies. Sid Miller, the Texas Secretary of Agriculture, equal to our Richard Ball, has gone head-to-head, toe-to-toe with her and says, no, we're not going to wait for you. Absolutely, we're not. We're going to start mixing a drug called ivermectin in our cattle feed so that, because you can battle it with ivermectin as long as you catch it early. And when they're in their very early stages, if your animals have ivermectin in their blood system, then that does away with that screwworm. So I just want everybody to know that it has never, ever made it to the northern hemisphere of the United States because of fly season, our cold seasons in the northern hemisphere. If you look at a map from 1960, and I've studied this just a little bit to come on the show and talk about it with knowledge, is basically it went from Georgia straight across to Southern California back in the 60s. There was a little bit of it in the 70s, but they eradicated it really quick.
So when you say northern, you mean the northern part of the United States?
Northern part of the United States. So basically north of Georgia, north of Oklahoma.
The good news,
we have winter.
The good news is that our climate is not warmer now. I mean, if it was, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah. We'll be fine. What it's going to do, though, is we're already at a record low of our beef herd in the United States. I've been talking about that for a while on the radio. We're back to 1951 inventory for beef cattle in the United States. So if this thing gets out of hand, there's no question it's going to affect your beef price right in your own kitchen right here in Utica, New York. Yeah. It has gotten into now, as of this morning, I was checking this morning, it has actually got into not only beef herd, it's actually got into some sheep and it's got into some goats. Anything warm-blooded, it can get into. What it likes to go after is babies, like the biblical cords and things like that. Flies like to be around.
You are a real downer today.
Well, I don't mean to be, but you brought it up, but it is a hot issue.
You handed me the press release. Whoa.
So it's going to affect us at one point in time or another.
This is, to me, more reason to buy, if you have an opportunity to buy local meat. And I have to say that we're already stocked up, so anything that I have at my house is stuff that is well before this problem. And it also, when you're buying ground beef and you know, maybe from a big box store, you may be getting ground beef that was mixed from a farm over here, from maybe something in Mexico, from all over. It all mixes up. Yep. You have several, not just cows, but you have several farms involved in one container of ground beef when you buy it in some of the big chains.
That's 100% correct. Yeah. But also to clarify this, when you cook your meat, there's no chance of that screwworm. It is a flesh eating. So once they skin the animal, I'm graphic, but once they process the animal and skin it, it is not inside the meat of the animal. And then if you properly cook your meat, bring it up to, I think we talked about this last time, 160. Yeah. That's the end of it. It's not there. So I don't want to scare people that there's a problem with your food supply. The problem is it's going to be the amount. It's going to, if they don't get a handle on this right off, it's going to cut the herd down even more, and it's going to raise the price. So thank you, Bill. I don't mean to scare you.
So, I mean, is there a danger to humans?
Brought it up.
No. It is if you have open wounds on your body, but you'll know about it in a hurry because when it's eating live flesh, it's eating your nerves, and you'll go to the doctor right away. And that can be cured. This is not an incurable thing. It's a treatable thing. You just got to make sure you pay attention to it.
It's we're all itching in here now.
Yeah. So no, it's not. Don't run to the store and got to buy out everything in the store. But is it a concern for the supply of our protein, our pork and our beef and our lamb and our goat meat and stuff like that? Yeah, it is a concern because of the amount of animals. I hope we fixed that, Bill.
I think. Well, listen, it is what it is.
I don't want to scare everybody, but it's real.
Well, hopefully and hopefully contained.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like Brooke Rollins. She's a good Secretary of Ag. She's doing a great job under Donald Trump. I have not met her yet. I'm hoping to sometime as she's traveling through. But I personally, I like the method that Sid Miller's taken down there in Texas.
Who's the person that decided, okay, let's bring in the beef from Mexico?
Yeah, I don't know that part.
Because that person needs to be, well, their flesh needs to be eaten.
Well, and who defunded, so who made the decision to defund the sterile flies?
Yeah, I don't know that either. That was before my time. Don't know, but there's only one company or one facility down in Panama, and they said they can only make about 1/5 of the amount of sterile flies
because
they need.
We didn't have the problem here. It had been eradicated since the 60s, so we didn't probably have the need. That is that same type of philosophy they're using for Lyme disease, where they're basically changing the DNA of mosquitoes, releasing those mosquitoes into the wild. They then breed with the infected mosquitoes, and they have been given basically a vaccine so that they are immune to Lyme disease.
Gotcha.
Now, you hope these things, when we start screwing with DNA, you get a little worried, right? But pretty hopeful that that's someone calling to say, don't say maggot.
That's pretty cool. You're pretty close.
I told you, don't say maggot.
And I think I'm just kind of going by my memory a little bit, Bill. What I understand is the border between the United States and Mexico is very vast, very, very long. And part of that, too, is rangeland.
Right.
So I'm not sure, and I don't want to. I just want everybody to know that a part of the rangeland that's in the Mexico border and the United States border is the border runs right through it, and sometimes the cattle that are on one side get out of the fence.
Yeah. Well,
and that could be part of it.
The ban was lifted.
Is that what it was?
It was lifted. I don't want to tell you when to disappoint you, but it was lifted.
No.
And now we're dealing with the problem here. Hopefully, it's contained down there.
Correct.
We get rid of it.
Right.
Everything is good.
Right now, it's right in southern Texas.
So buy local meat.
Yep.
If there's not a commercial, this isn't a commercial for that. I don't know what is.
Right.
Buy your meat locally.
Yep. I totally support farmers markets and buy your meat local and know your farmer. Know your farmer.
Because there you're getting it from one farm. Almost usually when you buy, actually almost always, you buy half of a cow or whatever. That's coming just from that animal.
You got it.
And there's a huge benefit to that.
And the people that are in downtown Utica that don't have the access to go out in the rural part of the county to buy directly from the farmer, I want to give a plug for Beth Irons, that just is retiring.
Mm-hmm.
But that Utica Farmers Market down there at the train station is a great place for the people on the inner cities. If you can't get out in the rural, go to the train station to the farmers market in Utica.
Yep. All right, Ben, good stuff. And you started with some really good butter.
There you go.
Butter you up.
You buttered us up really well.
And then next month, Bill, is July is ice cream month, and the fair season's going to start.
I have an old-fashioned ice cream maker that has a crank on it.
Yep.
And you had salt. Why the salt with the ice?
It keeps it colder.
Okay.
So what salt does is it melts the ice at a lower temperature.
Okay.
So the ice stays colder. You follow me? That's why the state puts salt out on the roads in the wintertime, because even down to 20-odd degrees, even in the teens, it still will melt the ice. And that liquid is still
cold.
Very, very cold.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. As
Thank
always,
you,
we appreciate it. Happy Dairy Month.
Thank you, and good luck to the Boilermaker.
You got it, man.
Quick break, 8:42 at WIBX.
Hello, Oneida and Herkimer County Republicans. I'm Charles Potter, your candidate for the 118th Assembly District. I would be honored to earn your support on June 23rd. With 14 years of dedicated service as a county supervisor and the only candidate endorsed by the New York State Conservative Party, experience matters. Please vote for Charles Potter on June 23rd. Early voting starts on June 13th. Paid for by Friends of Charles Potter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Something old is new in the village of New Hartford. Introducing Handshake Antiques, now open at 66 Genesee Street, next to Giorgio's Village Cafe. Not your grandma's antique shop. Think clean, curated, and cool. From high-end furniture, vintage fashion, vinyl records, to oddities and all things eclectic. And we're always buying, so look in your attic or basement. And if it's old, call Handshake Antiques. Plus, inventory changes weekly, so every visit is a new find. Handshake Antiques, where it never went out of style.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 315-444-4444.
Albany is broke, and Dan Fusco knows it. Highest energy costs. Highest taxes. Highest healthcare costs. These issues affect you and your families. And Dan knows it. With 50 years of private business experience, Dan is determined to fix Albany. Vote for someone who has long-term solutions, who will listen and work for you. Vote Dan Fusco on June 23rd.
Paid for by friends of Dan Fusco.
Hey, the Father's Day, of course, is coming up on Sunday, and New York Sash is ready for you. You skip maybe the ugly tie that you think is beautiful, but Dad doesn't love it. There may be a way where you can come up with some really cool stuff, and that would be through home improvement. New York Sash says Dad is always worried about making sure the home is ready to go. It's in good shape. It's winterized, summerized, if you will, keeping that warm air out and the cooler air inside. Windows, doors, and a bath remodel. A great way to move forward. Father's Day this year. And right now, during their Father's Day sale, they're offering 20% off windows, baths, and doors at New York Sash. And if you go to the New York Sash Idea and Design Center, schedule a meeting to sit down with them and talk about a possible home improvement project, you get a free Ring Video doorbell. No purchase necessary. Just stop in and talk with the team. This Father's Day, skip the necktie. Give Dad something he'll actually really appreciate. A home improvement project done right at New York Sash, 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, or online at newyorksash.com.
Wind advisory in effect for us here today. Cloudy and windy with scattered showers and even storms. Middle to upper 70s this afternoon. Showers taper off here tonight. Temperatures drop down into the middle to upper part of the 50s. Clouds break up, give way to sunshine Friday. High temperatures tomorrow, mid part of the 70s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, Ricky Z and everybody at Steve Ponte Mazda want to welcome you in. Because right now you can save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 0.9% APR financing on a brand new 2026 Mazda CX-50. 1.9% on CX-50 hybrids. 0.9% on the 26 Mazda CX-70 and CX-90, and 0% on the FEV models, the hybrid, and 2.9% on new 2026 Mazda CX-30s and CX-5s. See Rick, Wyatt, or anybody over there at the dealership. As Rick always says, come in, let's make your deal on a brand new Mazda from Steve Ponte Mazda, where it's always easy to do business. Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Steve Ponte Mazda. Okay. Ben, that was good stuff today. Thank you. Thank you very much. Be careful out there. The whole building is flooded. I don't know what happened, but we've got flooding out there.
Screwworms are
Screwworms got into the plumbing, and we have a mess. All right. Let's see. I can read some comments here. Tim, thank you for stepping in this morning. Stefan, thank you for making the butter.
Yeah.
You did a nice job.
The butter queen.
It was really quite tasty.
It was good.
It was really good. And I guess I didn't know the buttermilk thing.
Yeah.
Does that make me an idiot? I just didn't know. It's not,
we knew that before the butter.
Things. There are many things. Let's see. Steve Colenso, angry that we're not reading comments. Come on, Steve. Ja Wick, all upset that we've said a few things about Trump today. Listen, the comment about, and you're going to see this, and I guarantee you'll see more of it today, his interview with the Wall Street Journal when he said, in defending the deal, this current deal with Iran to end the war, he said, I had to do it to avoid a financial catastrophe. I can't believe those words came out of his mouth. So that's basically saying that we don't have the will to go into continue with this economic, these high prices, inflation, high gas prices. We don't have the will to do it. So we had to end the war short of fixing the nuclear problem with Iran, because we haven't. And we're going to allow ballistic missiles. We're going to allow money to be in the billions. And President Trump saying, well, that's their money anyway. Yeah. I mean, people, I'm just telling you, I can't believe that came out of his mouth. Yeah. I would have, I think, not shared that. And you, let me tell you, if you're Marco Rubio or J.D. Vance or any of those in the military, they got to be shaking their heads like, why did you say that in this interview? Right. Because you're sending a message to Iran that, you know what, you might be able to get away with a little more because we definitely want out of this. Every time they attacked our ships or attacked one of our allies, and we looked the other way because there was a, quote, ceasefire, we now know that was because we wanted the deal more than they wanted the deal because of an economic catastrophe. I cannot believe we sent that message to Iran.
Yeah.
Just, telling it like it is. You can go with your TBS BS all you want, or TDS, TD, whatever, Jawick. I'm just telling you. I mean, at some point, you got to be honest with yourself. This one, not a good one. This one, not a goodie. Not good. We'll speak with John Decker coming up in a few minutes. Other comments. Boil water order still in Rome?
Yes.
Yes. It was a mechanical thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All of Rome too. I mean, that's a biggie.
All of Rome, the entire city. Yes. Everything is, maybe it's Trump's fault. Steve Colenso, I think he's being sarcastic. I guess Jeff is the only one that reads the YouTube comments. Look at what I'm doing here. Come on, I'm trying to make you people happy. Steve Colenso, I've had that problem in the past. Took forever. I called and spoke to Davey, and he fixed it quick. I don't know what that is. Bill, talking about customer service, he's living in a glass house and shouldn't throw stones.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give us customer service here.
Yeah, poor service. Turn in a ticket.
In the chat room.
Come on
YouTube.
Give those people their time.
Come on, people. And we are, by the way, here tomorrow morning, as we head into
Juneteenth,
Father's Day, and it is Juneteenth, so schools will be off tomorrow.
Yep.
I don't think there's bank or mail tomorrow.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think I know at least one of my sons doesn't get it off. I think the other two do. I don't know.
Well, that's Massachusetts. You think Massachusetts would be all in on this?
There, yeah.
Being a blue state.
Yeah.
And then Friday, interestingly, the Mets have a day off. They play Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you know why that is, Stefan?
Well, because of the Soccer World Cup, Team USA is playing Philadelphia at the Eagles Stadium.
And the Mets game is in Philly, so they're not playing on Friday. And we'll be able to focus on the men's FIFA game.
Boy, I'll tell you, I think the police commissioner, Tish, has her hands full between having to deal with what she's had to deal with the Knicks, with all of that. And even though, MetLife Stadium's in New Jersey, you've got to deal with all the residuals in regards to World Cup. I mean, the demands.
Listen.
And you're down, it feels like 50 gazillion cops.
It's funny because my daughter was complaining. She lives now in the city going to school. And complaining, I don't know. They've shut down my entire my subway stop is shut down. The bus stop is shut down. They have roads all closed. This thing isn't even in New York. It's in New Jersey. So she's already sounding like a typical New Yorker. But that's what the big complaint is in the city. Is there's so many delays because of FIFA.
Yep.
And the problem you have is it's in the Meadowlands, but everybody's in New York. That's how they're selling it. It's in New York City.
Yeah.
But Meadowlands was the place to hold the game or the games. And there was a story the other day. Gillette Stadium is another place where they're playing games. So Boston and Providence are both getting pretty good hits when it comes to people. Scotland is playing there, and they had this whole story there. Sam Adams was running out of beer, which, believe me, is not true.
They won't even. So the thing is with FIFA is they will not name the stadium. It's named for the region. It is not named for. So you won't call it MetLife. You'll call it New York.
Yes.
It's not Foxborough.
And they're even covering
Boston.
up. They're covering up any sponsorship signage. They basically take over and own the facility.
Yeah.
And that's apparently part of the deal.
Yeah.
So I guess there's no conflict whatsoever. Let me wrap up the program today with the one and only Chief White House correspondent with Gray TV, John Decker, on the line now. John, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Bill. Hope you're doing well today.
Doing well. So what are you working on today? And then I have a couple of questions I want to hit you with.
Well, obviously, I'm following the latest concerning that memorandum of understanding that was signed by President Trump last night that temporarily, at least, ends that war with Iran, reopens the Strait of Hormuz. The vice president will head into the briefing room today to take some questions. That's at 11 o'clock this morning. So that's my focus for the day so far.
I got to say, I've taken a little heat this morning for being critical.
Why?
I cannot believe that President Trump admitted to the Wall Street Journal that the justification for the deal that we're making with Iran right now is to avoid a financial catastrophe. Aren't we showing our cards to Iran here?
Well, to a certain extent, we are, because now Iran knows, what card to play when dealing with the U.S. That's the reason why they always had a lot of leverage with the U.S. as it relates to the Strait of Hormuz being shut down. That puts so much pressure on oil prices, on gas prices, not only on the U.S. but around the world. And I think that's one of the reasons why the president was seeking an off-ramp and negotiating a deal with Iran.
Hey, John, I thought I saw something that said that the Iranians will not have a presence in Switzerland on Sunday in regards to the formal signing of the MOU. Is that true?
Well, that may be new. My understanding is the president has already signed the memorandum of understanding. So there was no need for some big event happening tomorrow. And so, however, my understanding is that Vice President J.D. Vance, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner will still head to Switzerland, Lucerne, Switzerland, to meet with their arrangement, begin the process of negotiating a permanent in Iran.
So that process, so everything is resting on this whole nuclear situation. And why before the war we did not believe Iran when they said they didn't have a nuclear weapon? How has it changed that we can now believe them when they say they won't have a nuclear weapon?
Well, that's the thing. And that's the reason why there's so much criticism regarding this. Unions be trusted. I think that they have demonstrated time and time again they cannot be trusted. And it's the reason why, if you watch Fox News, you may see General Jack Keane. He's not a big fan of this deal. And then if you look over to Congress, some national security hawks who are typically very supportive of the president, like Ted Cruz, supportive of this deal that the president has struck.
All right, going to be really, really interesting to see what happens going forward. But, at the end of the day, we all want this to end. But we should be better off today than we were before it started. I think that's key.
Well, we are better off in the sense that it's opened up or will be opening up starting tomorrow. And that's a good thing. We'll see gas prices go down. I'm sure everyone will cheer that fact on. And we'll impact at all in terms of the midterms coming up in November.
All right, interesting stuff. And by the way, everybody thinks they've already locked everything up for the midterms. The Democrats have all locked it up. I would not count your chickens before those eggs have hatched. I'm only telling you that.
I agree.
A lot, John, can happen between now and then. A lot.
You're 100% with that. Yeah, and there's a lot of time between now and November as well.
John, as always, we appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. You have a wonderful Father's Day weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, John Decker, Chief White House correspondent with Gray TV. What are you doing today, Stefan? Anything big?
Probably watching on TV the ticker tape parade for the Knicks, and then
you're walking
later on watching
the Mets game.
Philly and
the Mets. That's the tease. Knicks today. That's at 10 a.m. and it's streamed everywhere. So check it out.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
He's being criticized from the left and right.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Wary of the U.S.-Iran deal President Trump signed digitally last night, Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer posted on X, "We're worse off than before the war started." Republican Senator Ted Cruz says the president got very poor advice. History teaches that giving billions of dollars to theocratic lunatics who want to murder us is a bad idea. But the president insists.
We're not putting up money. Only if they're doing things right. If they're doing things right, if people want to invest, they can invest.
And on Truth Social, the president posted this morning, the fools he thinks that think he hasn't done enough and been tough enough on Iran are either jealous, stupid, or bad people. Before signing the agreement at the G7 summit in France, he says it achieves what he wanted.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz and preventing Iran from ever obtaining a nuclear weapon.
But if they don't behave, the president says he'll bomb Iran again.
The final deal must be reached within 60 days with the possibility of an extension. This is related to Iran's nuclear program and the details that are yet to be discussed. The U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports, and the Iranians will receive tiered sanctions relief.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. War Secretary Pete Hegseth is at a NATO meeting in Brussels, telling our allies they weren't there for the U.S. when the war in Iran started.
But too many of our allies said no, or tried to drown us in arcane legal debates, or criticized us publicly for doing what they aren't prepared or able to do themselves. It was shameful.
He's at a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Belgium, telling them that over the next 6 months, the Pentagon will review U.S. military forces in Europe. Secretary Hegseth warning that if free riding